Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
A very good Tuesday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage. Congratulations to YouTube Trev. He forgot his phone in the other room. We were starting the intro. I said, you can go get it. You probably won't be back in time, though. I heard him kick into high gear, and he sat in that chair as we were beginning. The Hangout is presented by Sentinel Storage. Thank you to everyone for listening across the Edmonton Sports Talk audio streams, edmontonsportstalk.com, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Apple Music. For those listening on YouTube or listening on podcasts, wherever you get your podcast, Matt Iwanyk, YouTube, Trev, Hernan Salas with you, and all EST Hangout today. Edmonton Sports Talk proudly presented by Play Alberta. Boys, how are we doing this morning?
Great. Just enjoying some tea.
What kind of tea? I didn't ask.
Just regular. Like
There's no such thing as just regular
orange
tea. Oh, Pico?
Pico.
That's a good one.
Nice. Hernan, you put the T in QT.
Well, thank you.
Just joking. I'm having some coffee here today, Maddie. Thanks for having me on the Hangout. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I love being on the Hangout. I'm always super happy to be on here. So thank you.
I'm off the coffee,
happy,
boys.
Yeah, we're having this discussion earlier.
Stomach issues, so I'm going to try no coffee. So far, so good.
Oh, nice.
I miss it, though.
Yeah.
Like the smell of the coffee in the morning, that first sip with breakfast.
It truly is the best. I love it. If I don't have coffee, well, I mean, it's the same. Like you always hear it growing up. You're like, oh, what's the, it's coffee. Come on. It can't be that, you had much of a need, but I don't know. It obviously isn't a need, but it feels like it at times.
Yeah, I'm getting a little too into coffee, like addicted almost, that I need to bring it back. Because like for a long time, I don't need coffee in the morning. I drink it for the taste.
Yeah.
But right now, I feel like I'm drinking a little too much. Like you heard, Nan.
Yeah.
Need to figure and then it's, I didn't have it for a few days, and I was getting major headaches. And I was looking back, I'm like, am I having like caffeine withdrawals or something? So now it's, I'll grab it. I'm on the teas. I'm trying that balanced tea that we got.
How is it?
On Friday. It's a really good taste.
Yeah.
I will say that. It's actually a solid taste.
Nice.
They said it's going to take like 3 weeks to
notice anything.
So I'm going to try it for 3 weeks and see how this goes.
Nice.
Tea's good, though, like chamomile, peppermint, green tea.
There's some really good teas out there.
Yeah.
Gager brought in
I love tea.
from David's Tea, like a candy one. It was like a candy cane peppermint or something.
Oh,
like that.
really?
It was nice.
Yeah. that sounds
President's
nice.
Choice had this like Winterval one that has like a chocolate notes to it and something.
Oh, that sounds good.
There's a lot of really good teas out there.
Yeah.
So
I like my tea. I would always have tea back home with I'm speaking about her, talking about her a lot today, but with my grandma. I would always have tea. We'd always have tea. She'd get everything all set up, and it was fun. Tea is unbelievable.
did you ever put anything in her tea, or was she just straight?
No, I like, she wouldn't. She just liked it like just black, I guess.
Just as is.
Yeah. I need like one cream and one sugar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Every so often I'll throw a cream in there. It's been a long time since I put a sugar in there.
Yeah.
Milk.
Yeah.
Milk?
Milk better than cream, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Milk better than cream.
Yeah.
But it also depends what the tea is.
This is true.
Like peppermint tea, I don't want anything in it.
No.
I want straight peppermint.
Like green tea, chamomile, like those, you just drink like that.
I hate green tea. I don't think I do it right. It's too bitter. But I've heard that I'm brewing it wrong. Because there are different temperatures you're supposed to brew different teas.
It's good for you, though.
Green
When
tea?
you're having stomach issues and stuff, yeah.
There's a one from Tetley, I think it was, is a pomegranate green tea. That was the one. It's the only green tea I could enjoy.
Yeah. Interesting. My least favorite thing about bartending, or I guess was when I was serving, was when I would serve like the table of 8 of, just lovely grandmas, because they would all be like
They want a tea.
8 teas.
That's true. Like a bartender,
Just
the
like-
worst is, can I get 2 teas? You're like,
Why is it
have
so
any.
Well, because the plating, like you have to pour the tea, the hot water in the
kettle.
The kettle, thank you. And then you get the cup, and then you have to get the honey, and then you have to get the spoon, and then you have to place the sugar, and then it all goes on one plate, and then you have to do 8 of those plates and then bring them out.
Yeah.
It takes so much time. It was my least favorite thing. And then they're like, well, tell me about this tea. Tell me about this tea. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. It's good. Just have this.
Just tea, Grandma.
Yeah, have a damn beer.
Get drunk.
Go on. But anyway, yeah. No, we're talking. Yeah, good tea talk on the
A
hangout.
lovely start to the hangout today. A little
Yes.
bit of the tea talk. I do need to defend you a little bit, Trev. Austin Butler. The thing with Austin Butler was after the Elvis thing, he kept talking like Elvis. So he actually went to a performance coach to try to stop speaking like Elvis.
He had to.
But you were right on that.
Thank you.
He's limited and he's gone away from it. But because of his whole movie role with that, it wasn't. He just got older like Dusty. You saw him on a kid's show. And no. He legit, his voice changed because of that performance.
Thank you.
And he had to take some performance classes speech classes.
Yeah.
Speech therapist to help him slowly try to work away the Elvis voice.
Isn't that
So you're right
something?
on that.
Could you imagine, like, just that being your voice and you're stuck talking like this? Like,
That'd be
that is
awesome.
crazy. It was like 3 years of acting, I think is what I read. But, like, I watched a video. It was like, this was before the role he
Yes.
had, and it was obvious change. It wasn't just the lower voice from puberty or whatever.
If you could have one
it was the role.
voice from a movie actor, who would it be?
That's a good question.
Oh, that's a really good question.
I'd go with The Godfather, the original.
Marlon Brando?
Yeah.
You come to my
Like
wedding.
the character or
No
the
invitation.
The voice.
like you want the character's voice of
Yes,
Marlon Brando.
100%.
No
Back in my
invitation.
20s, I lost my voice like nowhere to life for like 2 weeks, and I sounded like The Godfather. It was awesome. I felt so cool. Yeah. People were like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "It's my voice."
You're just like, this
Then it
is
came
who I
back.
am.
Then it came back to this.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I'd probably go with. I want like a manly. Like I've got a very
Matthew
annoying
McConaughey?
voice. Nah.
Oh, I do like that one.
That's good.
All right. I
Like,
want like the
I
lowest.
don't fit a Morgan Freeman type voice. That's not going to work for me.
I'm Matt Iwanyk.
Just having a voice that you just know.
You guys can't think of
Actually,
any? Come on.
I'd probably go
I've never
with
thought of one that I would want.
lower voice.
Any of them?
Have to be a low voice. So probably Morgan Freeman. That would be fun. YouTube Trev.
James Earl Jones.
Something like that. Who's a low voice? Like what actor has
Vincenzo has Al Pacino and Scarface. So it's Tony Montana.
that's pretty good.
Best-
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Ah,
Rocky.
Yeah, but we want to talk.
Rocky.
But would you want to talk
Stallone.
like that all the time?
Yes.
That's the thing. Like Rocky and Terminator and stuff. You want to talk like that at all times. Imagine doing a sports update in a Rocky voice.
Here's a really good one from Stony Plain calling Sam Elliott.
Who's Sam Elliott?
oh yes, that's exactly that's
the old
perfect.
guy from.
He does,
he's in Landman now.
he does
in,
the Dodge commercials. Guts, glory, ram.
I never saw Landman, or I haven't watched Landman.
He's got a mustache like mine. Kinda, it's way better. It's like white.
like everything he says is just so like.
He's on that Ashton
Oh,
Kutcher
that
show.
guy.
Yeah.
I thought because I know
Ghost Rider.
Billy Bob Thornton was on. I'm like, you guys aren't talking about
Guts,
Bob Thornton.
glory, ram.
That's a solid voice.
Yeah, that would be mine actually.
Actually, yeah, the
Sam Elliott, that's
EA
mine.
Sports voice guy.
Oh, he's cool.
Forever
Yeah.
just EA Sports. It's in the game, and they've stuck. He's had that. He's now able to ride off that for the rest of his life.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a lovely question.
Yeah. Who like? There's so many cool voices out there.
Yeah, there are.
I've never thought about me having their voice though.
Do you like?
Maybe I'll start doing that when I'm watching TV shows and movies. That'd be a cool voice to have. And then I'll start trying to do speech therapy to become that.
I like that. I was actually going to ask this on Friday. I'm going to bring in my camera and kind of do a cool little video. But I was going to ask everyone, and I'll ask you guys this right now. At the station, who has the best radio voice, do you think? Or whose voice do you like the most? I don't mind.
I'd say probably Joaquin.
It's got to be Gager.
I was getting like Gager's the one I was like, my mind was going to.
Whistle to me, Gager. Talk to me,
That's
baby.
a man's voice right there.
Yeah, he has a little bit of what Sam Elliott has.
Sam Elliott, Roadhouse,
Never watched
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Tombstone.
Never watched Tombstone.
Jeez.
Ghost Rider.
Well, I haven't seen Tombstone.
Never watched
either.
it. Yes.
But you haven't seen Roadhouse, which is like
so?
a classic.
Yeah, so?
Roadhouse.
You've seen The Outsiders.
When in high school.
Okay.
I thought
It was
Conor
like
McGregor
forced.
was really good
I've
in
only-
Roadhouse.
That's the new one.
I know.
He's messing with you there.
I like doing that.
He, The Outsiders I watched in high school because where's it, junior high? One of those because we were reading it in class, and I've never watched it since.
I've never read that book. I've never seen the movie.
It's great.
I don't read, I watch.
Rip City Step with a great one. Paul Sir.
Yeah.
Oh,
Paul has, I just want Paul to do a bunch of audiobooks and listen to some audiobooks of Paul reading them. They'd be lovely.
that would be lovely.
Chet Palmer. Mark in the Parks.
Jeff, that's actually pretty
But you
good.
could have,
Wait, listen. We all have great voices, okay? But Gager's the best.
Jay's got a solid one. Reed's got the good classic.
It is classic.
Reed's just a pro's pro.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Dusty's
he's,
got a good voice. Same with LT.
Dusty's
Maddie, I
amazing.
like your voice.
I don't like mine.
Hernan, you've got a great voice.
No, I don't.
I think us young guys, we still have that like Coob and Benny and me.
Cass has
throw-
got a good one, too.
Yes, I like his voice.
Belsey.
Belsy.
Might as well just say Tommy so we could just round out everyone. You know?
Yeah, everyone.
I don't know. It's
Hate my voice. Did you ever feel the need to like kind of want to lower your voice when you
Yes.
first joined industry?
not
for
in the
sure
industry.
did.
I just in general.
I remember my first pre and post game I did at Oil Stream. People were like, "Who's this? This kid is, sounds like a 10-year-old." And I'm like, So then after Tommy come back, I'm like, "Yeah, the Oilers." I'm like, nah, that's not me. That's
But
gotta
not just
stop.
that. Like, do you guys remember your first like on-air shift? Because it was probably as a producer / co-host. Like, I remember being so scared to like even give my opinion because I'm like, people are gonna attack me. Like, that's your mentality when you first get into
I
the
still
game.
am like that.
Now I don't care. Like, now it's like whatever you say, whatever.
Yeah.
It's on your mind. It's your opinion. You back it up. But like, I remember the first couple of shifts, I was like, "What do you think of the Oilers?" "Oh yeah, they're pretty good." Like I wouldn't really say what I meant, right? Until I got on post game show and I let the Latino heat fly. And was that the same for you?
I'm just trying to my first on airs would have been, I think, with Stoff.
How was that? That must have been a
So
lot
I
of fun.
feel like it was more, I didn't care about the audience. It was, I don't want Bob to get mad
You're
at
more
me.
scared of the host.
Like I grew up listening to Bob
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
didn't know what I know now of everything, but that was the thing. Like, oh, this is Bob Stoffer. I can't like.
That would be terrifying.
So I didn't care about the audience as much as, well, let's just make sure I don't screw up for Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think I was a lot like you for sure, and I still am. Like, I don't know. I know it takes a little bit longer for some people. Yeah, kudos to Benny and Coob. Like, I feel like they've done a hell of a lot better than me. Like, I don't know. I feel like I had a hard time like voicing my opinions. Like, I've definitely got a lot better. But when my first year with pre and post with Tommy there, I was like the same thing. Yeah, they did good, and there was they did bad, but I never said why, and I was always afraid to like, what if I people disagree with me? But that's all part of it. It's conversation. We're having fun.
You get used to it.
I do get used
And
to
you
it.
get used to people calling
then
you an idiot.
But what's funny with the nasty chat and like our text line at 1260 was just toxic and stuff at times, and at times it can still hear like it's never been as close to there though. But I feel like I will give credit to the listeners because generally when there's a new person on,
They're pretty good.
They're awesome.
always just like, oh, it's a new, like they're just
They're
like,
like,
great
"Great
job.
job."
You're doing great. Like they're very pumping up, and even if you try to have a take that's not great, they're like, I'll just disagree, like
happens.
whatever. But they're very kind. And it's once they get to know us, then it's like, you're stupid.
Yeah,
Then it comes. But I will give the listeners always credit because
Yeah.
even at the old place, it was always like when a new person came up, they were very actually kind about anything.
Yeah.
And if you stumbled, it was, who cares?
It's all good.
And then at 1260, like on post games, Tommy and I used to take phone calls.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Open up the call line.
It was not good. I mean, you had, say you took 10 calls, 3-4 were pretty good, and then the rest you're just like,
When you were gone, and I was
it.
filling in, I had Reed on the show. And I had for texting, I was like, next segment, maybe we'll do open line time, but of text.
Yeah.
And we started talking about open line. And I threw out, what about if we got the ability to do open line here at EST? And it was mostly like the nasties that immediately were like, no, don't want it, not a chance. But I did say it was going to be a New Year's resolution of mine of EST 2026 was to set us up some way that we could do some open line time if we ever chose to.
Interesting.
I would want
Just as a host, like if let's say the Oilers do something catastrophic today or something. Sometimes there's the need, like you want to know something, let's open up the phone lines for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I want us to have that proper ability beyond, I don't like what we have for the capabilities.
For sure. Fair enough.
What were you gonna say?
I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
No, that is so true though. I like, even with my first few sports updates I did. I remember the Nasty's just so supportive, like, great job. I'm like, what are you listening to? That was the worst thing ever. That was so terrible. And then I got one other question. Just because, I don't know, I think this is fun. But do you guys have what is the most embarrassing, if you're comfortable saying it, that you think about, like, still to this day, like, oh, that was tough.
I don't think about a lot, but there was a sports update where I stumbled at the end and I said, "You're Matt Iwanyk."
You're Matt Iwanyk. And then you're just driving home and you're just thinking.
No, right in the moment, I was like, what the hell did I just say? And then some message came in going, "I'm Matt Iwanyk."
Yeah,
it's like, whoops.
You're Matt Iwanyk.
I was working with Struddy and I was doing a sports update and my computer froze and I was reading live scores because it was a night show. And then, like, it was one of my first shifts alone, and I panicked and I just stopped talking. Yes. And then we came back, and Strudwick goes, "I think Hernan had a heart attack."
That's so true.
And I just stopped, like, I didn't even say, I just stopped talking and I just ended it.
Yeah, that's so good, man. That's so funny. Yeah. I have two. One's actually, it was my first sports update of 2026.
Okay.
And
so this is very recent.
Yeah, it was last Friday, and some nasties, I think X-Ray J called me up, but nothing too bad. But I always proofread, and I don't know, I know LT doesn't have to. He can kind of he has notes. Like, his update, for all the nasties out there, like, he is such a pro. He's just got like 2 words and he's able to just say the whole sentence. He barely reads anything. It's so impressive. But like for myself, I'm like word for word. I read this, this whole update.
As you should.
As you should. Well, maybe for someone like me, if you've been doing it for a while.
I got to a point where I would just have tabs and I'd look at what I was going to say, but that took me years to get to that.
Yeah, like and
even then I shouldn't have really been doing that, but.
I had to do updates for when I filled in for Coob on the Read show. It took me back, man. I was like, holy smokes.
You did so good, though.
But by the second one, like you said, you kind of
figure it out.
You kind of know what you're going to say, and then you can kind of ad-lib it as well, kind of like.
Yeah, but and it was for Paramount Flooring, but I didn't proofread like the last little bit of my sports update, so I did the exact same thing. I just froze. And and with the camera there, I was just like, I didn't know what to do. So then I go to the liner for Paramount Flooring, and they just updated it the night before, and I didn't know that. And I like to like read through the liners at least once or twice before, because I don't know, I'm not the strongest reader, that's for sure. But I'm just like, I butchered the liner absolutely. It was very, very cringe. And then when I was doing pre and post my first year, I had a wicked voice crack. And I still think about it. And then we played some video, and I asked Tommy, I'm like, "You ever have that? Does anything like as?" He's like, "No, not even. No, I've never had that before." But
I think I've had a voice crack.
But I was like, "Yeah,
how haven't you had a voice crack? I think we all would have had something at some point."
It was so cringe. And then I'm just trying to like keep professional, and Tommy's like not trying to smile, like, "Yeah." It was so good.
Yeah, and the camera would be worse because if you screw up. There's a double way. They can see your face.
Yeah,
like imagine when you just stop talking. They can see your face in that moment.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's why you're always supposed to print things off, though. But yeah, I would get to a point where I just had tabs on my computer and I would just read off of them. But then there'd be the moments where
kind of like
the computer would crash or something would update, and I'm about to like the update's like 20 seconds away. I'm like, crap.
Yes.
I've got nothing, so I'm grabbing my phone and I'm trying to run it off of my phone and see what I can do. But you should write things out.
The worst is when you don't proofread the liners and there's like a tough word in there or a word that you don't know how to pronounce.
Yes.
Like it's
man,
just you're just stuck there. You're like, and you try to say it like as quick as you can so it doesn't nobody notices.
It's kind of like a player, a football player, hockey player, the last name you don't know, but you kind of just pretend to own it, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, there'd be liners at the old place where it'd be the same liner for months. So I'd stop like clicking it early to proofread it like
it's kind of like on here. Like you've got them all memorized.
Well, yeah, here memorized. There I don't have them. I didn't have them all fully memorized, but it'd be like, okay, sometimes I'd at the start of a commercial break open up, okay, what am I reading? Okay, it's all the same. But then it got to a point where it's like, okay, doesn't matter. It's the same. It hasn't changed in 6 months.
Yeah.
So right as the sportscast is open, you click it. Music's about to play, and then you see it's different. You're like, crap. Then you read it, and then you try to read this thing cold for the first time. You're like, you butcher the hell out of that one. You're like, crush, should have read that one. Whoops. Boop. Fire the next button.
This is good.
I do miss my board. I'm not gonna lie.
That board was awesome.
I still miss that board.
Different from this board?
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
It's
Really?
a big board. It's all just
And what we could do with
Faders
it, that honestly, like that setup we had for the producers,
That's pretty cool.
I want that. Like
That's the
I
best.
miss that.
Really?
I miss that so much. Full control. I struggled like when JMO was offers cancer treatments for 10 months and I had to fill in. I had to leave that room and it bothered me because I like having all of that there for me.
Were you where LT sat?
Yeah.
So like the big glass there?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that. I was only in there once.
It's a great setup. We had our TV with satellite. We were like the only place with PVR in the entire building somehow.
Nice.
Our wide orbit was here. Computers were here. Big board was here and window was there. For those listening on radio, that doesn't help you at all. Absolutely. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. You could draw your own picture with that one. But it was great. And like that board, you could do so many great things with it because it was so digital and all that. I miss it. They made it a graveyard, I've heard. So like they take it for pieces for the other two stations.
that's so sad.
And because I told Trev, not this Trev, I was like, if you guys ever sell that board, I want to crack at it. And he's like, yeah, we're using it for parts. It's like, no.
That studio was awesome. I loved it there, especially at night. You produce with the lights off, little lamp on the side.
Yes.
Yeah,
I forgot about that lamp.
yeah.
Meg brought that lamp in.
It was good. Loved it,
awesome.
man. It was.
Yeah, but
I mean, that's like that's traditional radio. That's when I went to Nate. That's what they taught you. That board.
I want that. That's a dream
Like
for
the
me
stuff
here.
now, like when you had to show me how to do read show and when I had to fill in for Coop, I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, I don't know.
What am
I
doing
can't.
here?
No.
But like once you do it a few times, you get it. So
My long-term growth of EST is that when we get to a proper spot, we're changing that studio to a break like that.
yeah, cool.
I want talk back. I want
Yeah.
headphone changes. I want all of that.
Whoa.
Instead of me going, Coop,
Like
switch the screen.
me adding the little headphone control things was like, I was like, this is awesome. Like now that I've added you guys headphone controls, so you don't
That was a game changer.
That's somebody
great.
on the far computer where Eric sits and Reed sits broken.
Wait, what?
It's coming out. One of the pieces is coming out, I've noticed.
It's not me.
And it's a thing that never needs to be touched.
Don't blame me. I always get blamed.
I'm not
I got
blaming you. You
blamed
never
for
sit
the
there.
streak losing. And
And then you blamed me.
I blame Matty, which was funny. But no, that wasn't me. That would have had to been someone that sat in that chair. Gager.
I don't know.
Gager
He's got
doesn't,
big
Gager
hands.
doesn't fidget though.
No, but he's
Somebody
got
did
big
something
hands.
to it, and it's just one of those. It's a spot that doesn't need like there's a part that you plug in your headphones in,
Yeah.
and then there's another part that plugs into the board. It's the part that plugs into the board, which no one needs to touch. But a
must-
single person in here but me when I put it and needed to touch it, and somehow it's broken.
Maybe it's Reed.
HR Daddy was in last Monday.
HR Daddy's fault.
Just saying.
The nerves. He was just.
It was broken before that,
Oh, so it would have had to have been Gager.
or Eric, or Reed, or Belzy, or Tommy.
No, Belsey maybe actually.
Those are all the people that sit there on a regular basis. Belzy on Hello Hockey, Tommy on Oil Stream, Gager for EST Afternoons.
Tommy doesn't sit. Oh, for Oil Stream. Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
Dusty's over
Yeah,
here.
of course. Yes.
Eric and Reed. That's
Yes.
the regular basis. That's who's there on a regular basis.
Yep.
So I'm
Controversy. We should ask around.
Majot had some great early morning Sunday naps in that room.
Nice.
I think I fell asleep once during a shift.
When I
And
was
we went
doing,
off the air.
Brent Bolus, who now that we're not there, I showed up in rough shape a few times. And Brent, I'd be like, Brent, what's going on? He'd be in rough shape. Oh, we had a party last night. And then he told me he went to Chile. We talked for like an hour before we even should record. I'm like, buddy, you.
Oh yeah, you had it when he was recording.
Yeah, he was recording from
used
his cabin.
Yeah, we used to do it live.
Yeah,
Where you call him on the phone.
I did it live, and then he started going to pre-tapes.
Yes, I forgot we did the tapes.
I'd show up at 7 a.m. on Sunday mornings to pre-tape
Really?
a 22-minute show.
Damn. That's dedication right there.
Nah,
Hard
damn
work.
straight.
It used to be an hour long from 8 to 9, I think.
Okay.
And it was just the money show, Brent Bolus.
The money show.
Money show.
And
so
he'd
like
do-
bets?
No,
like
this was financial advice.
investments.
Oh.
Kind of like what
He
Gage
talked a lot
does.
about
Okay, cool.
potash and stuff.
Oh, interesting.
And he'd sit there and he'd take his break every so often. He'd be like, I'm Brent Bullis, and you're listening to the money show. And then you'd fire the commercial. And then Brent, you're down. Brent, you're back up. And you come back up. And then like with 2 minutes to go, you had to find a way to tell him, Brent, 2 minutes. And you'd always stop. You're like, okay, thank you. And then he'd continue his thought.
He was great though.
He was awesome.
He was great to chat with, man. Like he's
funny.
traveled the world. Like he has so many interesting stories.
So many people don't know about the Money Show with Brent Bullis.
Yeah.
However, so many people worked on that show.
Really?
You worked on that show. I worked on that show. Majo worked on that show. CG would have worked on that show. I think Yukon Jack did a couple of shows. Like just throughout the people that went through that building, a lot of people at one point did the Money Show with Brent Bullis.
Nice.
He actually might have been like one of the best trainers in a way of future talent without knowing it.
Should bring him back.
I wonder if he's even doing that.
Is he in Edmonton, a local guy? Or?
He was.
He was.
He
but
needs to be
brother.
on the Hangout.
Then his brother was doing it for a
I
bit.
want to hang out with him.
I pre-taped with its brother a few times too.
Oh my God.
They're the same guy, man.
Yeah, with formerly Hollis Wealth. You remember Hollis Wealth?
Hollis Wealth. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently it's still
What?
going.
Good for them.
Clayline Wealth.
Good for them.
Oh, we need a Sunday show.
Yeah.
Get Trev to produce it.
No, you. It would be like old times.
No.
I think you'd like that.
We could just rotate a whole bunch of people in.
Yes. Yes. We could do that.
I want to see if he's. That's awesome. Brent Bullis still might be going. Oh, and then there's Scott Bullis. He closes at 5 o'clock. Hey, his show's Investment Strategy Show.
Oh,
It's still on SoundCloud.
good for him.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know you, but I'm happy for you. This is good. Would he be a cool
There's
guest
Brent
to have on the
Bullis.
Hangout?
I've never talked sports with him in my life, so I have no idea.
He likes the Oilers, though. He'd always talk to me about them. Complain.
Nice.
Yeah, you talked way more to him than me.
Is,
Oh yeah.
Why do I have to sign in to listen?
Well, I was usually still a little tipsy. And I think he was too.
I don't want to reset my
We were
password.
chatty Cathy's, man. Hey, what's going on? Oh, I'm hurting. Yeah, me too. I had a lot of wine last night.
Oh, here he
And then he told me a story.
is prepared by Brent and Scott Bullis, who are registered
Scott.
portfolio managers with Hollis Wealth.
That's
a
the brother.
division of Industrial Life.
I want Brent.
As things are different.
No, that's Scott. I don't want Scott. I want Brent.
I don't. Scott talking about voices. Holy. That's a nice voice.
Okay, SoundCloud's really bothering me.
In the year of 2026, Matthew Iwanyk. Matthew Ezekiel Iwanyk.
By Brent and Scott
One moment.
Bullis, who are registered portfolio
Okay, SoundCloud's. I just want to click ahead. Okay, continue, Trev.
In the year of 2026, Matt Iwanyk.
I just turned it up.
Okay, I won't talk. I get it. Okay. Is there a guest that you haven't had on the Hangout? I guess you and Tommy and Jazz that you guys would like, or well, I guess just speaking for yourself right now, that you haven't had on the Hangout yet, that you would love to have sit in one of these chairs.
Cam Moon.
Cam Moon. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Solid pick. I like that.
Those kind of stop it.
That's good.
Those don't let it happen.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah.
Well, what do I have to do?
I don't know. That's the one. Because Mooner would be great. Mooner's so much you could talk to. Anyone that has ever sat down with Mooner, the conversations you could have.
I'll see what I can do.
Damn, it's
What
gotta
about,
be.
because I see.
But Cam would be the number one locally that
Yeah.
I have. Huss would be the other one.
yeah, that would be
Having
great.
Huss come in and do 2 hours in the Hangout where we could just shoot the crap with Huss.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if we would talk sports with Huss necessarily.
No, that's okay. We haven't talked sports once, and it's been 27 minutes, which is okay. It's the Hangout, right?
It is the Hangout.
Lots of tea
Abutski, I
talk.
remember the Money Show. Was it before or after the Lutheran hour? Was after. The religion hour was 7 till 8, and then Brent Bullis was 8 till 9. That's how it went, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm just trying. What other Hangout guest would I dream of?
Shoddy Mills.
Not a chance.
Why?
I don't know why he's becoming such a thing. I'm seeing on like Reddit.
Because he's a
too.
meme. He's a joke.
I'm seeing it on Reddit. People
part
are
of the joke.
posting about it. So why do I have to sit with him for 2 hours?
Because I think you guys could have a very good conversation. You could ask him about the rap game and how it's changed.
Maybe you should do the Hangout for me. Maybe I'll take that day off, and you.
That
can
would be
do the
funny. I
Hangout.
would do that. Yo, Shoddy, what's up?
Of people that are also locally, I guess having an Oiler. I've never actually tried, but having an Oiler on the show would
That'd be cool.
We've had Elks.
Yeah, let's get an Oiler.
Oiler one would be fun. Not liking my chances for
Matthias
that, but
Ekholm would be.
Highly unlikely.
who would be the best one?
Wallman.
I think Wallman.
Leon
would be
has a
cool.
great personality. Wallman,
Yeah, but Leon now hates Tom, so
yeah. Well,
there's beef there.
I hope everything's okay.
It's just I haven't listened. Like,
Hate's a strong word.
I
Maybe
don't know
dislikes.
the personality. Like Hyman would be fun.
Hyman.
I think
Hyman and
Hyman would be
Wallman.
fun.
Pickard.
And Pickard. Yeah, I think that would be awesome. Hyman, Wallman, Pickard.
Leon, you could talk maybe soccer with a little bit.
Yeah.
Some
He's
football.
probably a pretty good soccer player.
I think he is. That was like his sport growing up, aside from hockey. Second.
I remember we had him when he signed his first big contract with JMO.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they used to do those things where they'd put the big name on the radio
nice.
stations.
That's cool.
They should get back to that.
Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be cool, man.
Like, I don't know how many times McDavid's ever done a radio interview.
0 times.
Yeah, McDavid won't do that unless he's getting paid.
We should pay him.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
That's
too
how
bad.
a lot of those guys would like. There's
It's all about the money.
I don't know if they still do it, but there's a lot of
Money,
quarterbacks
money,
in
money.
cities that will like start quarterbacks. Tom Brady did it for a long time. He'd be on Boston radio, and he'd also do Westwood One, like the morning after, like the week, sometimes during the week. But it's all paid. They
Yeah,
got
they're
extra
getting a lot
cash
of
out of
money,
it. But
right?
they'd have Tom Brady on and for that radio station, you have Tom Brady on every week.
Crazy.
Like imagine we would have to have big money, but imagine if you could say, once a week, we're gonna have Connor McDavid on Nielsen
And
show for
McDavid-
5 minutes.
McDavid
You're never gonna ask tough questions necessarily.
yeah.
McDavid hates
your favorite?
talking. Like he hates media interviews.
Oh, yeah.
Like he doesn't like. I shouldn't say media, but he hates.
He's an
doing
introvert.
interviews.
He doesn't like any of that.
So like if someone said, "Hey, we'll give you this amount of money to do a radio hit," he'd probably be like, "I'm good.
Yeah.
I'd rather not." Seriously,
I don't
can
think
see
there's a
him going
price.
that route.
Yeah, I don't think there's a price.
You
Even
don't
if
have
it
to
was
say,
like
with those
wicked
things,
much.
you never even have to say anything. Like if you go listen to any of those interviews, they're not very hard.
No.
Trent Frederick is a guess.
No.
Trent,
We destroy him.
what the hell, man?
Here, what's going on? Let it out. Let it out. I don't know.
He'll be fine next year.
No, he won't.
I'm
He's
calling
done.
that.
I think he's done.
I'm calling it.
He's going to be in the AHL. He's going to be like Luch pretty soon. That's my comparison. I think he's.
this is Jack Campbell bad.
Yeah, I think so. Like I think he'll be out. They're going to buy out that contract this summer.
You can't buy it out
Why?
because
Tell me why.
now that's on the books for what?
I don't think they'll buy it
14
out.
years.
I mean, so you still can, but that would be
Yeah,
annoying.
to me, it's why would you put something on the books for 14 years? You might as well just try to trade him
No, it's
and give up something.
He's
or,
gone.
right?
Something. I
don't think so.
No team is going to.
I don't think. I think the Oilers are giving this another shot
it's
next year.
going to be one of these. Okay, I agree. Okay, so next year he's going to get a chance.
Yes. Now what happens next year? That's a completely.
But this is going to be where they're going to go to him and go, "Hey, if we can move you anywhere, do you mind lifting your no movement clause because
need
it's
a
just not
change."
working here?" And he's probably open to it.
I think he would be.
Why would a team want him?
Well, there's always a team that needs to, like one of the bottom teams that needs to get up to the salary cap floor or whatever it is, and they might just say, "Okay, bring him here," and then because you keep in mind that after the 4th year, it's a modified, right? So then,
Send him back to Boston. You have roots there, kind of? I don't know.
You might have to retain.
It's crazy
You'd
though.
have
With
to. It's crazy how poorly it's aged.
it's and I took a lot of heat when it was announced because I freaked out about 8 years. It was just for me, and I hate keep going back to this. There was no reason to sign a bottom 6 forward to 8 years.
No, there wasn't.
The money sure is fine. The cap's going up, sure, but for 8 damn years, and you put in a
Trade
damn
protections.
a trade protection. Like, what are we doing? Like Stan Bowman, like sometimes I question his negotiating abilities because it feels like he doesn't negotiate anything. Says,
Yeah.
we want this, okay.
That's
Oh,
what
it's funny.
I would love to have seen just how that whole negotiating went.
There's rumors that a team's offering 7, so go ahead, take it. See you later, buddy.
Yeah.
Because Clattenburg, Max Jones,
Well, but
are
he also
better
got signed
right now.
before
Yeah,
free
they are.
agency, right? Did he not? Or was it into free agency he signed?
Might have been just before, but there were rumors that there was
Yeah,
teams willing
but-
to give him 7. I'm like, well,
Let him go to
at
markets.
that point, Stan Bowman's like, hey,
Yeah, it
go
would
ahead,
have because
buddy.
they went to couldn't give him an 8.
Yeah.
If it was before.
And you got it's what, January 6th?
Yes.
But what if the high ankle sprain is still an issue?
It's not. It's not.
You're obviously, you're smiling. You're not.
No,
being
I
serious.
believe I want him to have one more offseason to see if
Matt?
maybe there is. That's the thing. Like, what if the high ankle sprain still is a little bit of bother, and he needs just a little more time
Matty,
off.
you know why it's not? Because the coaches haven't brought it up. He hasn't.
Chris Knobloch brought it up.
He hasn't brought it up.
Chris Knobloch. He did.
No, he didn't.
At the start of the year, he said something like, there was a comment he made.
I don't believe
That's
And
bull.
Chris Knobloch
It's
said
rubbish.
something right before Christmas.
Matt Cassian talked about high ankle sprains. Gagers talked about it.
I broke my ankle.
It doesn't last that long.
Did you?
Come on.
it. Yeah.
When'd you break your ankle?
2018.
What'd you do?
I fell on ice.
Were you drunk?
No, I was getting ready for work. I just came back from Edmonton, was at the Battle of Alberta, got home, and then just in time to work my shift, brushing snow off my car, fall, broken ankle. Next thing I know, some lady was putting a blanket over me.
How long were you out for?
I was out 2 months.
But you're not putting on skates playing in the National Hockey
Matty,
League.
I'm not accepting that. I'm sorry.
I'm not- yeah, but-
His
yeah.
ankle sprain is a non-issue.
He had all off, what was that? Like
Non-issue.
2 months, 3 months, all
But
season?
It wasn't a long off season.
3 months.
And then he's back on the ice. Well, it would have been 2.5 months,
3 months.
3 months.
He's-
By the time they started skating again, it was probably less than like 2 months.
But he's chilling. He's out on a boat.
He's
doing all this therapy.
He's fought. He's done it all. Like his high ankle sprain shouldn't be affecting his ability to shoot the damn puck or pass. Get out of here. No, sorry.
He's got Connor McDavid. He's like, hey, I really want to fix my high ankle sprain.
I'm
McDavid
willing to
fixed
give
his
it one more
whatever
year.
it was.
Matty,
Till I
he's,
completely
he's gonna
rip
get
on him.
he's gonna get one more year, no
Yeah, I
matter
know.
what, because
But
GMs don't like to look stupid.
What happens
Yeah.
if all of a sudden next year he's an 18 goal scorer?
He won't. That's
then
not,
good for- well,
that's not
then-
ever going to happen.
Then
There's no
I don't
way.
know. Put me in the nads and
I don't
say
think
I told you so. But
he-
I'm not, like, sorry, if he scores 18 goals, good, making up for this year. Because I don't care what he does the rest of this year. This year is a failure.
Yeah.
I disagree with that because if he produces in the playoffs, it don't matter.
He ain't gonna produce. In the
Sure,
playoffs.
but that's where
Where
because
it
Connor
gets
Brown.
ramped up.
I had that for Connor Brown where I was ripping on his contract and then he actually produced in the playoffs.
But the difference, with,
But-
I was thinking of this the other night when I was
There
laying
is
in
a
bed.
difference.
Connor Brown, at least in that first year, he was playing well. He
Yeah.
killed penalties. He
was
was getting
skating.
up.
He
He was
was
getting
skating.
opportunities.
Yeah.
Trent Frederick goes out on the ice and does nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I don't know. Like at this point, I would way rather, and it's not even close. Max Jones, Clattenburg, those two. I'd way, in the lineup, way over.
Stan
than-
Bowman, no GM in the NHL likes to look dumb. He's gonna give. They're gonna trust me. Frederick's gonna get opportunities because Bowman's gonna be like, hey man, like I signed this deal. You got to play him.
well, you got to.
They're going to give him every opportunity the rest of this year. Well, not tonight because he's a healthy scratch, but the rest of the season into the playoffs. And then next year, yeah, it's going to be a clean slate. Hey, go prove everybody wrong. And I hope he does because it means it's better for the Oilers.
Ian into the inbox. Struddy says it could be. He said it took him over a year. So that's the like I didn't like the 8-year deal for Frederick. I didn't think that this was a player you had to go get. And then you add on the fact that they paid for salary retention.
Yeah.
And he didn't even play in the regular season, that you paid for salary retention for absolutely no reason and you lost more assets. There's a lot to dislike with this. I'm willing to reserve my full judgment still yet, though, and call it like looking for the buyout or looking for the trade until I see what happens next
You
year.
can't buy him out right now. You're going to be stuck with that forever.
Yeah.
I'd be
But
7 to 14 years.
It's funny because the best moment of Trent Frederick's career in Edmonton so far is the first game he played
5
against
minutes.
LA
Yeah.
and the 8 minutes he played.
Yeah, whatever it was. Yeah.
That's been his best moment.
Yeah.
In the playoffs,
Remember watching that? I was like, okay, this is
yeah,
actually pretty solid.
I was pumped. I'm like, man, I want to see this guy more.
Yeah.
And we had a Boston guy on last time they played Boston.
I just brought this up on the Nielsen show today.
And he goes, I don't know what you guys were expecting. Like, this is Trent Frederick. Now, he scored 18 goals, so obviously this is not the Trent Frederick Boston saw.
Yeah.
He goes, but this is not a guy that's a game changer. He's not a guy that's out there creating chaos and havoc and all that.
Here's the thing about the buyout, too. I was just looking it up. You're making, so the buyout hit would be 2.12, 2.12, 2.32, 2.32, 2.52, 2.02, 2.02 for the years of his contract. You're only saving at most $1.83 million.
Yeah, it's not
Is that a
worth
lot?
it.
And then you're stuck with $800,000 off your books, which doesn't sound like a lot. And that would be for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, as I said. $821,000. The Oilers could use a couple $100,000 right now to deal with their
100%.
roster.
Yeah, it
So
does get
those
that
dollars
close.
do matter. I don't want a guy, if I'm an owner, I don't want a guy on my books for that long. And you can only buy out so many people, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not putting one on Trent Frederick that is going to sit there for 14 years, and I got to wait forever to get this guy
Because
off
at
my
the end of
books.
the day, guys, in the first 4 years of this deal, the next 3 years, if he's not good, you just sit him out. Plain and simple.
Yeah, I agree.
You just sit him out. Eventually, his agent's going to be like, "We need to move on." Okay, and then you're going to find someone will take him.
Not necessarily.
Someone will. There's always somewhere for these guys to
Yeah,
land.
I didn't think anyone would be able.
One, because he doesn't make a lot of money. That's the big one. Okay, it's just a term that kind of pisses everybody off. But if he's bad again next, like guys, like let's just say he continues to struggle. He's in and out of the lineup. Let's say he finishes with 4 goals and 2 assists. He has 6 points. He doesn't really factor in the playoffs.
This year?
Yeah,
Okay, let's just go. I want to see what he has.
3
it's
points.
2 and 1.
I want to.
He's a
I want to
sniper.
actually officially average it out for a whole season.
It's brutal.
So he's not going to play 81 games, but 3 points, 41 games.
He is on pace for 6 points.
Yeah, but it would be less than actually.
Yeah,
because
it
if
would
he's
be.
not,
It would
if
be
he's
like
not playing 82
5
games, it
5.7
would be okay.
something.
So okay,
Okay, so say he finishes with 6 points,
3 goals,
2 assists.
3. I'll say 3 goals, 3 assists. He has an unbelievable second half of the season.
That's crazy.
He doesn't factor it in the playoffs. Going into next year, can he be much worse?
No.
Like, there's obviously going to be a step up for this because he can't be any worse than 6 points.
Well, he could be goalless.
Anything's
We
possible.
saw goalless that one year with the Reader.
Anything's
He could go
possible.
goalless.
But can he actually be as bad as he's been this year? Like, so the bar is really low for Trent Frederick to impress here. It's incredibly low. Seriously, if he scores 2 goals in October, we're going to be celebrating in the streets.
You trade him at that point.
Stock's high. Yeah.
Well, this guy's turning it around.
Because Clattenburg, I guarantee you next year he'll be on the team.
I think so.
He knows his
brings
role.
it.
Max Jones, I mean, he's an AHL, NHL tweener.
I don't know, man. I'm big on Jones right now.
But he's outplayed Frederick.
Yeah. Can't debate that.
Max Jones probably won't be here next year, but that's Clattenburg. Clattenburg's your 4th line guy. They thought they were getting in Trent Frederick, who can chip in once in a blue moon with some points, but knows his role. Go out there and fight. Go out there and muck it up. Go out there and hit everything that moves.
Yeah.
Clattenburg is the guy next year.
Yeah, I agree. It's I always ask like what if, and it's a dangerous game because it's not it's not realistic, but I don't know. After his first game this year against the Flames, in all preseason as well, just I knew it wasn't going to work out. And then game 1 against the Flames, pretty invisible out there. And then game 2 against the Vancouver Canucks, without a doubt, was his best game that he played as an Oiler. He had some looks that game. He didn't obviously get on the score sheet, but I was like, okay, you know what? This was a good game. I want to see what game 3 looks like when he's on there. And then no. After his best performance, after whatever he did in preseason, where he just looked god awful in the first line, they're like, no, we're going to keep running it back. We're running it back. We're running it back. Game 1, okay, he didn't play that good. We're running it back. Game 2, he played good. He did. I was like, okay, he had some looks. And then they're like, no, you actually played good. We're not playing you with Connor and Leon anymore. So I just like, I don't know, like what if he stayed, like, I know it's a dangerous way to look at it, but what would have happened if he stayed a little bit longer on that first line? Like, confidence is crazy in the NHL, right? You have confidence with the day-to-day work, but especially in the NHL, and how is he feeling? Like, oh, I just played pretty good. And then just, no, you're actually not going to play with Connor and Leon anymore for the rest of the season. After his best game, it'd be a shot in the heart, man. Like, I'd be like,
But I also think, like, I get that, but like,
you're also a pro, and you
but
should
you're
be,
a pro.
whatever.
But also, did you really think you're gonna be a mainstay with those guys? Like,
No.
Trent Frederick's kind of skill set. I'd say, I hope it didn't affect him
Yeah.
because it might have. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I
like,
don't know either.
like, and Knobloch's done this team no favors with the constant line juggling. It's not just Trent Frederick. Had him in Reek, hasn't scored him forever.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys on this team right now that just can't do anything. But look at the last game, guys. Like, you had Hudson and Howard just called out from Bako. Trent Frederick was still the lowest time on ice
Yeah.
at 8 minutes.
But
Coach has just no confidence or faith in him.
No.
I
So,
don't-
but so is the GM. So he's going to sit out tonight. The Oilers win. You don't change the lineup. Like at this point,
As long as it's
He doesn't
winning, you have to
usually.
keep it.
at this
But
point,
he did change goaltending last week. Like,
Yeah,
well,
like-
it wasn't a win. Well, no, it was a win.
it was a win.
He went from Winnipeg
I was surprised by that. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
to Ingram on the New Year's Eve.
But it's the same thing. Like
Is that right?
Yeah.
Pickard and Ingram.
if we shift gears to this Kasperi Kapanen fellow, he's gonna go play with Draisaitl and Podkolzin. Why? You know exactly what Kapanen is.
Yeah.
He's not a goal scorer. He's not a playmaker. He has wheels. He'll be physical. He'll be excited to be back on the ice, and there might be some boost there, a little bit of energy. And yeah, he might chip in today because the adrenaline's high, and he's playing with one of the greatest players on the earth. But guys, long term, is Kapanen going to be on Draisaitl's right wing?
No.
Exactly. So why even put him there? Like, why do you keep trying to force guys that he in the last few years he hasn't scored more than 6 goals,
Yeah.
and he's the answer on the second line? We know this. Try one of the young guys. Sorry.
He underperformed
getting that
on
Latino
St.
people.
Louis. They put him on waivers. And now he's like right into the top 6 where you already you have a pretty clear answer of, what he is as a player, especially with his age. And that's why it doesn't make sense to me. Like the one player who hasn't, I've been big on him for sure, but he was lighting it up in the AHL. They call him up. I'm big on Ike Howard. Put him on Leon's line, like get some answers. And I love that Dusty brought that up. You want the answers now so that you know what to do
Yeah.
in the offseason
Exactly.
instead of, I don't know, like is Ike Howard going to be good for the Oilers? Or like, can he
That
play
was
in
my
the top
issue
6
with
role?
Skinner.
I heard you guys
Back in the day.
It's the whole Trey Ford thing. Going to the offseason, not knowing what
Like
you have
need
in Ike
answers.
Howard.
Like just let it go. Like let's see.
Well, it was leading into the Jack Campbell. It was Stuart Skinner. You have Mikko Koskinen and Mike Smith. You knew you weren't bringing those guys back.
Yeah.
And they send Skinner down, and then don't call him up the rest of the regular season. And it's like, why?
Yeah.
What is Stuart Skinner? And can this guy be? And maybe you would have seen something where you're like, hey, we don't need to go sign Jack Campbell. Maybe, and I even thought like maybe it's a Mikko Koskinen and a Stuart Skinner tandem type thing moving forward or something. Like, who knows what you can go do. But they didn't want to play him. They end up going to sign Jack Campbell. Contract's not good. Trade for like there is a level of you should
Because
try
what was
these
the
things.
point of Quinn Hudson getting called up this last goal? Well, seriously, what was the point? When you had Lazar sitting out, you had Mangiapane sitting out, why'd you call him up knowing that Kapanen's coming off IR?
To send a message to Mangiapane so that he's a healthy scratch, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but you could have still
And
put Lazar
Lazar's
in.
not, you're not confident in Lazar.
Could have played.
Well, he's not
Jones
confident in
as
Quinn
well.
Hudson either. Like, I want to see these guys. We're at the point. The Oilers are going to the playoffs. You won, Matty. Again, you said it in October,
You're
November.
a genius, Matty.
Don't worry. Oilers are going to the playoffs.
He called it.
But right now, this team is succeeding because of 29 and 97 and their power play. That's it.
And weak division.
Yeah, and a weak
fair.
division.
Oh yeah.
So why not? So why not? Like YouTube Trev just said, why not try Howard and Hudson with skill players and see what they can bring for
Okay,
you?
but what are you trying to accomplish? Are you still are you giving up on this season at all?
How's that giving up?
I don't know. Because if they don't produce, how long do you give
Okay,
them?
but at least give them 10 games.
Yeah.
With
So you're going to give them an eighth of the season.
You know what, Matty? You could have played them all of January here in the top 9. Doesn't matter with who. See what they can bring you because you know what Kapanen's bringing you. You know what Podkolzin's bringing you. I love Podkolzin. You know what Henrique's bringing you. You know what Janmark's bringing you. So why not see what these guys? You already know those guys.
Yeah.
Exactly what they're going to bring you, which is not a lot in terms of production.
nothing.
So why not give the young guys a look and a real look with quality minutes and quality players and see, hey, how these guys get it fair.
And it's crazy for these young players what one goal, what one good shift, what one, it really is. Like I look back to, was it New Year's Eve I believe it was New Year's Eve. A few years ago, Kyler Yamamoto gets called up to play with the Oilers. And I believe he scored or he got an empty netter. I know he was pretty significant in that game. And then what happened? Like that, the Nugent Hopkins, Draisaitl, Yamamoto line was not just the best Oilers line; it was one of the best lines in all of hockey
For an extended period of time.
It was like it was.
And they didn't go to it once not to the very end of the bubble.
No,
it was
I'm
weird.
telling the last like 5
Yes.
or last like
Third
2 minutes,
period, yeah.
2 minutes against, and they like generated so many chances. They look so good. That is so tough.
I didn't get Dave Tippett's rationale for that.
No, that was the dumbest thing. Like Leon finally has players. Okay, we're going to spread the wealth, and you're going to have some players as well, Connor. But whenever Connor has players, no, they're always his players. They never. Oh, that ticked me off. I hated that so much. Like that was such an unbelievable line. The one game against the Flames, they just steamrolled them. They pumped them. That line was huge. Like right away, Yamamoto, Nuge. They were so automatic. Games against Nashville as well. I remember that so vividly. But going back to what I was saying, you know, like that shift, it went such a long way for Yamamoto's confidence. And if he comes in and he's playing on the fourth line, third line, that none of that's happening, and then it's like a trickle down effect. You're not going to see anything. You're not going to see any of that production or that confidence. But give Coward. So Savoy's had a little bit more runway, but even more, like put them in the top 6 and let them play for periods, several games. And I don't know. I like their chances.
And Knobloch's, he's falling out of favor a bit here because of the line juggling. Like during the holidays, he put Rozovic with Frederick and Janmark. Ugh. Like for me, I couldn't believe actually professional coach put that line together.
That is the ugliest line.
Like that was probably one of the worst lines. Even the Decade of Darkness didn't have a line that bad. Like I'm being honest. Like come on, Knobloch. Like it's not hard. Like, every day our listeners text in lines. And on Twitter, you see random people put up lines. And they're better than what we're seeing. They are. Knobloch's just like, I don't know what the strategy is here. He's trying to spark something, but the lines he makes are just terrible. I'll watch him today score 8 goals. Every line scores, but it always happens.
Yeah, I haven't been a fan of the lines.
Knobloch's getting a lot of heat right now from fans.
Rightfully so, though. Like,
yeah, but enough that like we're going to this thing where coaches are just like, so now you're going to throw another coach away?
No, like
he's not Bowman's guy either. Keep that in mind.
Well, I don't think it was Jackson that under Con Holland,
he's not.
And that's where I wonder if there's maybe just a disconnect between Bowman and Knobloch. Bowman's calling up these guys doing these things, and there's a disconnect where Knobloch's going, I don't really want these guys.
Because let's be honest, Knobloch loves Enrique and Janmark. Those guys will never come out of the lineup. Okay, he loves them.
I think
Janmark got shifts with Draisaitl during the holidays. Like let's be honest here.
I'm big on Jones. I want Jones in over Janmark. And I know it can't, not for Henrique, but I think he's been in his limited time. I think he's been very noticeable for his role. I don't know. That's one. I love what Dusty did. I'm big on Jones.
What Dusty did yesterday: run the 3 duos, McDavid, Hyman, Draisaitl, Podkolzin, and Nuge, Rozovic, and then fill in the rest. And how about you fill in those with some of the young guys?
Yeah.
And then you make a fourth line of Janmark, Henrique, and whoever the hell you want capping in Frederick. And then that line plays 8 minutes a night, and let the other 3 lines just roll.
Yeah. I agree, Hernan.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, you're welcome.
We'll see if there will be how much more heat will keep coming on Chris Knobloch. He's getting the rest of this season.
Maddie, for you, what is the number one reason for the heat on Knobloch?
They're not winning enough hockey games.
But they're first in the division, people would say.
Yeah, but when you look at the record, it's not. They're not running away with things. And I think they're out of first now. I would say even the first year Knobloch took over, not the first full season, but like his first year, he was great. Everyone loved everything. And everything he did in the regular season was right. Mm-hmm. Last year I saw it where he did things and they were wrong. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of criticism. But now it's happening again. But when the playoffs came around, he got it right again. Mm-hmm. I think we're just seeing it. Whatever Knobloch's doing, he's got... I'll take the side of he's doing what... We don't have to understand it, but let's see what he does come playoffs time. Because that's when he's gotten it right 2 straight playoffs. And maybe he's just doing something. He's trying to see something that we don't understand. And he's not going to tell us what he's thinking because why would he? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not he doesn't want people to know what he's thinking necessarily. And I'll wait. But yeah, there's, constantly putting McDavid and Leon back together. Yeah. Having a line of 3 young kids, but barely playing them. Like, I understand why there's all that criticism. And then when you're not, if the Oilers were doing all of this, but sitting where, Minnesota is points wise, no one's going to say anything. They're winning.
Yeah. It's going on 2.5 years though, since Knobloch's been behind the bench.
Just a little over 2.
Just a little over 2,
because it was
right?
November. Right. So we're at about 2 years and 2 months.
But you're going into the playoffs both of those years and going into the playoffs this year probably, most likely, where you're still not convinced on any of your lines. That's an issue.
And in those last 2 years, what happened?
They went to the Cup final.
Exactly.
Okay, well, never mind then.
Well, I'm just saying it doesn't really matter.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't,
With this team,
that's a good point.
Do you really need to know what the lines are? Because as soon as the playoffs come, they figured it out the last 2 years.
Maybe I just want to see some consistency.
I like because that's the one that like everything we're saying now, and we said that last year. Don't you want some consistency? Because there was a lot of line changing late in that regular season. And we're like, don't you want to know what these lines are going into the playoffs? Don't you want to have some of that? And then boom, playoffs came and whoop, got to the Stanley Cup final.
But what if they were consistent with their lines? Maybe they'd win the cup. What if they just had?
I don't think being
lines?
consistent in April is going to help you in June. It helped them in April, May, but I don't know if it's going to help you through 3 rounds, but then not help you for the last round.
Maybe.
Did he change the lines a lot in the playoffs? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I think my memory. I believe he did.
So
I remember just being like,
seems when he makes the like even the goaltending for the most part, when he made the goaltending changes, but they worked. It goes back. Those tears going back to center. Like it was just his moments, and when he makes they work. So that's where it's like I'm not ready to go full. Knoblauch should be on the hot seat right now for all these things he's doing right now. When this team with the playoffs, and I want to see him in the playoffs. And this is because of the Pacific. They always have a good chance to get to the conference finals. Let's be real.
Yeah, they do.
Right now, it'd be taking on the Ducks in round 1, and then get the Golden Knights in round 2.
It's just that gut feeling for me.
Oh, sorry, Seattle in round 1, then Golden Knights.
And this is just me. I just don't. This is not their year
For going
all the way.
Nah, I don't think so.
Can they win a round or two? Sure. I mean, I'll never put anything past David and Draisaitl, but I just don't think they're going to a third straight Stanley Cup final.
No way.
And I said that as far back as once they lost the cup last year.
I agree. This was going to be a setback kind of year.
And we have the recent history, very recent, of the Lightning getting their 3 straight years and the Panthers getting their 3 straight years. But that's hard to do.
Incredibly hard.
And it was just natural that likely the Oilers were going to have a drop back this year, and they were going to not get to the cup final. That is, if you had to put odds on it, that's where the odds would be. They would be, if you had to take Oilers or the Field would be the leader. Mm-hmm. And it's with the cap space and the McDavid contract and all that. Next year's the year that they should be where it's all in. Like next year needs to be a Stanley Cup banner year for the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah.
If you don't have a Stanley Cup after 26-27, you failed.
I agree.
This year, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to put this year as the full failure. It's because I could see you could put all your chips into next year. And the Oilers, I feel like they're kind of doing that, putting all their chips into next year. And this year, let this year happen as this year happens. Let it be as it is. And don't do anything panicky. Don't do anything too crazy. And just see what there is. But now with that, one of the things would be you got to play some of those young guys a little more.
Yes, you need answers.
Well, Tristan.
I want answers, damn it.
Will Tristan Jarry be the guy to lead them? He's their goalie.
I like
You're going to find out a
He's
little more.
their
But
guy.
there's
I like
no
their chances a lot more.
At his price point,
there's no going back on that one.
him and McDavid are due up in the same year. You got 3 years to get a cup here. I don't think it's this year. I could be
So you
wrong.
got 2 years.
You got 2 years.
Just
to
one
win.
cup,
2
baby.
years.
But really, in one way, you got 1 year.
Yeah.
Because then you need to try to figure out. You don't want McDavid going into a final year of a contract unsigned.
Yeah, that's going to be nervous times. For
You
the
need
city
to
of
figure that.
Edmonton.
So you have the rest of this year, but again, I don't believe that this is their year. You have next year, and that's why it's cup or bust. The years before, I would have said it's you could get to the cup final. It's hard to get it's hard to win a cup. Getting to the cup final is something to be proud of still. Next year, it's not about getting to the cup final.
It's winning the cup.
It has to be the win. It has to be a parade. It has to be hoisting the Stanley Cup. Otherwise, everything has now just fully coming to me, it's coming to a close then at that point. It's all just been a failure.
And that's why we keep going back to the young guys. Find out what you have. So next September, we're not going, who's going to play with Draisaitl?
Yeah, I agree.
For the 5th, 6th, 7th year in a row, we don't know who's going to fit with Draisaitl. Because we know Podkolzin's a mainstay there, and that's fine, whatever. But who's going to be on the right side?
Big Uke says McDavid ain't leaving, and
I'm not leaving.
Big Uke also. I've been on that train with McDavid his entire career. I've hated the conversation this entire time, even going into this last contract that he was leaving. Hated it. He was never leaving.
But if he wins,
If they don't win next year, and if they don't get to the cup final next year again, it'll be the first time I'll actually wonder it. It'll be the first time I'll actually ponder
100%.
what is the percent. It will go like my confidence level of McDavid not leaving over his entire career has been like 99.9% basically.
Yeah.
Well, I should say 97.97% type of thing to keep it. I think that would come down to maybe about 60%. Confident that he's staying versus leaving, but I think now it opens up a lot more. because the Bouchard contract will be up at the same time, 2-ish, if I'm not mistaken. It's close, or a year later.
No, you're right. Yeah, it's
There's a
4-year
few
deal.
things coming up at the same time that it's Hyman will be coming up in 2 years, I believe, as well. Like, there is a point where it's okay. What's the direction of the Oilers? And I think the Oilers have set it up now too, where it's like, okay, well, there's a chance maybe McDavid leaves, and we have to retool this team around Leon.
Yeah, 100%.
And that will be the first if they don't get that cup.
Because put it this way, like everybody, well, he took a discount. Awesome. Like he's making the same money. But he also sent a strong message of signing for 2 years.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says. That's a message.
You could have done 3 years.
He could have done 3.
You know, you could have, like, I'm not saying full long term, but he could have done 3 years going, you know, we don't have the distraction of my contract for another 2 more seasons after this, right?
Yeah. So he's pretty much saying we better get our, together here in the next 3 years and win a cup. Mm-hmm. And I agree with you, Matt. I think if they bring a cup home next year, David's gonna wanna, he's gonna want to be an Edmonton Oilers whole life and try to win more cups. If they don't win this year, they don't win next year. I think that third year, it's up in the air, and I think Edmonton should be a little concerned.
Well, and it's what do you do with the Oilers so there's like that's where I don't even want to get to that full part, but I do believe cup or bust. What were you gonna say?
You
think it's more likely if he leaves if they win?
I think if he wins a cup in Edmonton, then he'd be more intrigued to leave. Honestly, it scares me. I honestly think he'd be like, job's finished.
I think either way,
I'm leaving. I did what I came here to do.
I think either way, in the back of his mind, in 2 years, when his 2 years are up, he's gonna really contemplate on moving on.
Yeah, I think so.
Not if he wins.
I think he'd be so.
There's still the relationship with Leon that you have to consider there too.
But they did it.
I know, but the other part is he does seem like a guy then that would care a little bit about legacy.
Yeah.
But he did it. What's more, he won the chip for Edmonton.
You do it again. Go get back to back. Go get 2 titles with Leon.
He wants to be Crosby-like.
When you look at the Oilers' history, you also have to I always look at the Oilers' history, and as there's so much bad in the Oilers' history. Actually, it's funny. No. It's like the '90s, 2000s, 2010s. There's a lot of bad in there.
No, there isn't.
But the Oilers are a historic franchise now. They're in the upper echelon of franchises because of largely what happened in the '80s, and now what's currently happening helps bump them back up too.
Let's go, baby.
But who won the cups? It was Gretzky. It was Messier. It was a group of guys that came together, and they were all-time great teams. That's who you're winning a cup with. That same franchise. Yeah. You just want to win one and walk away. You're not walking away. No. You're not walking away.
That's why I lean more towards that. I get what you're saying.
Ovi never walked away.
Yeah.
I don't think McDavid's Ovi though. I think their mentality is different. I don't think McDavid is like Crosby. I think his mentality. I don't know. I just feel like one is enough for him. Like he wants to be considered. I honestly do think.
But once you get one and you think it's enough, but once you get it, you want that taste.
Players
again.
like McDavid are not. I mean, they're happy with one, but they're not satisfied with one.
Why? And once you get that taste, you're going to want it again.
Yeah.
And you're going to sit there and I just want a cup with my best friend here. Yeah. I'm going to leave him in a year to go try to do it with someone else, or is playing with him going to give me the best chance of us doing this again? Let's run it back.
And it's all going to...
Let's run it back.
And I think and these are all assumptions, of course, we don't know what McDavid's thinking, but I think McDavid also looks at what Stan Bowman's going to do to the team.
Yeah.
I think for him, roster construction is going to be... It's an enormous thing for him. You know what I mean?
And it's true. And it's tough to say where that team, if they do win a cup within the next 2 years, what the construction of that roster would look like heading into the offseason. There is that. It was like, if he knows, it's like, I'm happy we did it, but I really don't like the future of this team.
But that's the thing. Like when his contract's up, Jari's a free agent, Bouchard's a free agent, I think Hyman's a free agent. The cap will have gone up significantly.
Is Ekholm on his new deal right now?
No, it'd be next year.
So he signed what, a 4, 3?
Yeah, 4. 4 for...
And in 2 years from now, Ekholm's going to be maybe a third pairing guy, or he might not even be playing.
Yeah, after. Yeah.
With all the miles. And he's a great defenseman, but again...
McDavid, Hyman, that's 28, 29. Oh, Bouchard will have one more year. Jari will have 27. Yeah, Jari. So it'll be Hyman, McDavid... Jari will all be free agents. The next year, Bouchard will be a free agent.
So Hyman,
it's all there. Like that, even if McDavid doesn't like the roster, they win a cup, and he doesn't like what that roster. It's opening up where they still can go refix that team in a snap of a finger if they need to.
Because at that point, you're probably moved on from Frederick. You're probably unloading Ekholm to a lower team.
Yeah.
Just take his salary for 1 more year or 2 more years, whatever it is. So there is options, right? But
That's the thing. Like there's a lot of movement that he would have 1 more year left at home at $4 million.
yeah, so you're at that point, like he's 8? Hyman's 35, 36 when the contract's up? You're
And-
probably not bringing those guys back. As much as we love Hyman and Ekholm.
And I'm just trying to see here.
I mean, Hyman at 36 is probably still a hell of a player.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. So, and then you're not actually, we're jumping ahead 2 years and saying that, this won a cup next year. And why he might not leave because he still has 1 more year. You're also 2 years left of Nurse. You don't even have much longer left of Nurse. That also becomes a tradable contract.
100%.
If there's 2 years left of 9.25 of Darnell Nurse, you could eat money off of that one and trade that contract.
Hell, you might even move Wallman.
Yeah, I never liked that deal when that one happened.
I didn't like that
I thought
deal
that was
either.
way too much money, way too long for too soon.
I like it.
It's
I like
it's
it.
You
a
only
lot.
saw
I love it,
a playoff
actually.
with him.
it's too soon
No, I
for
know,
a
like,
small
potential.
sample size because this year when
Yes.
Wallman's played, he hasn't been very good.
It was way too small of a sample
There's
size.
a
to
reason
go
why
7
teams
by
got
7.
rid of him.
No, I'm big on Woman. I'm confident.
But that's where, like, even if McDavid wins the cup, that's where, like, I don't think you'd even have to look and be like, well, this roster construction is not good long term because it's so blank almost. It's brand new scratch. I think it'd be like, okay, well, actually, we just won a cup. Let's go retool this team. We're not stuck with a bunch of handcuffs here. We can retool this team and keep this going for another 3, 4, 5 more years.
Yeah.
And that's why he wins. If Connor McDavid wins a cup in the next couple of years, he will retire as an Edmonton Oiler.
Yeah. I guess I'm putting a lot of stock in just he did it. He came here to win one. He did it. Okay.
But where would he
awesome.
go?
And that's the thing. The biggest thing is I think he hates the spotlight that much that he wants to go to a contender down south. So he's just whatever. He does it. He has like 5 reporters ask him instead of 30.
And you want to know something? Edmonton doesn't have that much media, quite frankly.
But I mean,
We don't have as much to compare
compare
to South, absolutely. But I think he's gotten used to it that he wouldn't have to leave this. And but your point on that is why I don't think he'd ever go to Toronto.
No, yeah, like that's like the biggest. I when people say that, I laugh. There's not a chance in hell.
If anything, you could talk about a lot of different things, but I think the number one thing is he wouldn't want to be in that media spotlight.
Yeah.
That's just, he does. And then the pressure of the hometown boy coming in to help lead us to a cup, he won't want that.
No, he would not.
Doesn't want that.
Yeah. So
Would you guys?
Before you ask that question, this is the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage, Canada's storage experts more than 2 decades helping Canadians through life transition. Canadian storage provider. We got YouTube Trev, we got Hernan Salas, Matt Iwanyk with you here. Just a long conversation that started with radio and it just naturally transitioned to the Oilers. I don't know if you noticed
I did.
how it completely went in there and we just went off. And a lot of Oiler
popped
discussion
off,
here.
baby.
We got Lock Shop. We've got 2 guys in the goalie, EST Afternoons, Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, all until 6 o'clock. And then 6 o'clock, GCL Diesel, Ulster, and pre- and post-game shows. Tommy and Benny will get you set for Oilers and Preds. Portions of this hour of the Hangar are also brought to you by the High Product Marketing, official merch partner of ESD. Promotional products that bring the buzz. Check them out, highproductmarketing.com. What were you going to ask?
Okay, Jack Roslovic's been a good addition to the Oilers.
Yeah.
Great.
Do you sign him in the offseason?
I'm going to get in trouble for this.
You're gonna say no. You crazy. You're so crazy. I love it.
Well, this is the thing. I don't think you sign him because I think this is going to be a situation where when you sign him, then he's not going to produce at that level. He's in a contract year. You're getting the best out of him. You sign him to 3-4 years. It's not going to work. I'm going to be the crazy one here and say that because I don't believe that the others are necessarily going to go win a cup this year, I wouldn't be opposed to trading him, flipping him at the deadline.
Okay, that's fair.
I wouldn't be opposed that with the lack of assets that the Oilers do have, and you look at, there's like, free agency is not the answer for all this cap space. You might need to go make trades this offseason to go retool your team. If you can get a solid asset for Jack Roslovic, I wouldn't be opposed to flipping him. Now, he has a 2-team no move clause or whatever, so you'd have to convince him wherever he's going. But that's where I don't think you should sign him. So at that point, I would actually almost look at, could you maybe get an asset for him, which is crazy to say. And I know people are going to rip you. How could you do that? Your playoff team, whatever. And I get that. Yeah, sure. I'm an idiot then at that point. But I'm just looking at more so next year than this year. And if I can get an asset to help me make the moves I need to next year to go win that cup, I might look at that.
I'm kind of with you, not to that extent, but I'm in this boat. Let the offseason come. Don't rush to sign him to a ridiculous long-term deal. Let everything kind of calm down after July 1st. see who you can bring in because you're replacing Enrique, you're replacing Mangiapane. Hopefully you can move Janmark. Lazar's out. You got to fill in some holes. So for me, it's like, don't rush to sign Jack Roslovic.
I don't mind that strategy.
You know, like if
Here's our offer.
yeah,
We're going to give you
on
what we
August
think's
1st,
fair.
if he's not signed and you haven't been able to fill a few holes, then go, Jack, what can we do for you? But for Jack Roslovic, I am not doing more than 2-3 years.
Yeah, okay, let's say 3 years, whatever you think the money is. You put that on the table. You say, this is our contract offer. We're not getting a negotiation. We're not going to up this offer. If you want this deal is sitting here. But if we sign other players, we might pull it off the table. Go do whatever you need to do. And if he goes out there,
if you get 5 years from another team, go ahead.
Yeah.
We can't give you that.
and if you, the Oilers, fill out a bunch of needs and it works out for agency, works out for you, and he comes back and goes, I'll sign this deal, and you be like, and you don't need him anymore, you go, okay, we're good. We don't
Yeah.
need you.
If I'm a GM for players like Roslovic, I don't think I'd ever go more than like 3 years.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like I feel like that's a trend. Like just being an Oilers fan my whole life and just being reminded and just terrible contract after terrible contract and maybe one good contract and then another terrible contract. I would never, for sure, for goalies, go longer than 4 years. 3 years, I'd probably say 3 years. But to your question with Roslovic, can I answer that? Mm-hmm. I would say, yeah, I'd be very open to signing him because I get your point that he's on a contract year, but you look what he's doing and you look at the potential, and the Oilers have missed so many times with free agents and, you know, other acquisitions that they've tried to get over trade and whatnot. I don't know. I just feel like it's tough. Like aside from Roslovic, a top 6 guy that they brought in the last like 5 years, who is it? Hyman? Like that's it. Like it's tough. Like those players are not easy for the Oilers to get. And so because of that, it is rare. I'd be open. I'd absolutely be open, but I know what you mean. He is on a contract year. I just think you kind of know what you get out of him right now. With that being said, I wouldn't go more than 3 years.
But there's the thing with him is he's been through so many teams, and there's a reason he's been through so many teams.
Yeah.
And that's what scares me.
And do you
But
trust?
I mean, if they, I think Evander Kane had way more baggage.
And I didn't like that contract. I thought it would, and it turned out almost the way I expected, which is the team is going to want to get rid of him in the last couple of years, and they were stuck with him.
Yeah.
I just don't trust Bowman. He's a horrible at negotiating contracts. He gives too much. They're all full of no movements. No,
That's
every
also
team.
Jackson, and that's Ken Olins.
Was that? Yeah, I was
Every
gonna say
team
who
does
was-
it.
That's
Every
all
team
of them.
does it.
That's everyone with the Oilers.
But I don't
not
trust-
like the Oilers.
I was gonna say, like, is he worse than Holland for negotiation?
Holland, it was bad.
'Cause I remember
Jackson did it
Caleb Jones and a pick for Duncan Keith for
when he wanted to come to Edmonton.
yeah, it's like, come on, what are we doing? And it was like his last year was like 6 or it was a decent
just
amount.
Only wanted to come to Edmonton.
Yeah, and it's just like what's the negotiating there? Like that blows my mind. So Kenny Holland definitely not the best either.
I don't trust Stan Bowman. And again, keep your powder dry. Wait and see. There's not teams lining up to take Jack Roslovic. There wasn't this year. Okay. There might be a few more next year, but there's not going to be a lot. So I'd say, Jack, we got to address other parts of our lineup. If you find a suitor, let us know. We'll decide if we want to match it or go exceed it. But we're not signing you on July 1st. Plain and simple.
I don't know, man. I think he's been awesome. I think he's been exceptional. Like I love his play. He's way better than I ever thought. Like when watching highlights from him in his last year. He's just a trigger man. Like he was right place, right time kind of guy. Like he's just, good shot is what I got. But what I've seen from him this year is just crazy confidence and to control the puck and skate with the puck. And him doing something I've only seen one other Oiler do in the last 10 years, that being Leon Draisaitl, is protecting the puck at such a good rate. Like he does what Leon does. He puts his arm out and skates with the puck. McDavid doesn't even do that. Like I don't know, man. It's just these players are tough to come by. It's not easy for players to come to Edmonton and actually click with Connor and Leon.
But it's the risk of, yeah, he's doing it. You're not wrong. Everything he's doing this year is great.
I mean, if you're doing
But
it for Trent Frederick, like look what Trent
yeah,
Frederick
and look
he
at the,
gave you.
exactly.
He
And
gave
look
you
at the problems
nothing.
that happened.
Yeah, but he
problem.
gave you nothing. Like
So do you not
Jack
learn from the
Roslovic is
mistakes,
giving you
which
something.
is-
But Jack Roslovic's giving you something.
And contract year, is this a player you want to lock in for?
He's at 1.5 this year. What do you think if the Oilers do extend him? What do you think that number comes in at?
Well, what would he ask, do you think? I feel like he'd ask north of 5 for sure.
If he's asking north of 5, I'd tell him to take a hike. Are you kidding me?
But if he is healthy, he's on pace for over 20 goals.
No,
That's what that gets in today's NHL. Cap's going up quite a bit. In a few years, that would be like, that's nothing.
Like he signed for 1.5 because no team wanted to sign him.
Yeah, and I bet there.
Well, but there's also, wasn't there agent issues?
Yeah.
Like, didn't the agent
gonna
say,
bump,
like, hey, I'm going to get you more?
Yeah.
And he didn't, and it's messed with him.
But then you're going to bump him $5 million playing with Leon and McDavid.
See, and
I'd be cautious of that.
I'd have to look at I'd have to map out the whole cap.
But I mean,
see
I
if he
bet
could
other
fit 5
teams
in,
are
but
like,
I wouldn't do
whoa.
5 necessarily for
Whoa.
Jack Roslovic.
I'd do no more than 4. And it'd be like, take it or leave it, man. And we're giving you a 3-year deal.
So if he's pumping out 20-goal seasons and he's getting paid.
Season.
So a season, but I'm saying like long term. If he has, like I'm being optimistic, I think he's going to be a consistent 20-goal scorer with the Oilers. And he has scored 20 goals. He scored 20 goals last year, if I'm not mistaken, without Connor and Leon. So his argument point is going to be like, well, I'm getting paid right now $1 million more than Trent Frederick, who's got 3 points.
Right, but okay, so
Like there's
12
no way.
goals last year, or this year right now, 22 last year in 81 games with the Hurricanes. The year before, split between the Blue Jackets and Rangers, had 9 points in 59
9
games.
goals.
9 goals in 59 games. Year before with the Blue Jackets, had 11 goals in 77. Then had 22 and 81, had 12 and 48. With Winnipeg the year before, 12 and 71. Yeah, he's probably, I think when you look at his career and if you add it into the seasons and looks like he has a little bit of injuries there, he's probably a 15 to a 20 goal scorer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Are you giving up 20 for that? Or
Giving up.
$5 million for that?
Yes. With the cap going up, for sure.
See, but that's the thing. Like, you can't always just because cap's going up, you can't just lock
You
yourself
can't
in
just
just
spend
throwing out
like
that
crazy,
money.
yeah.
And
You
that's
have
the
to be
Oilers'
smart.
issues.
Yeah.
But I think he's a
preferred too long.
positional, like, I don't know. I think he's producing at a better rate than any winger right now, aside from, Hyman. There was a stretch where he was the Oilers' best forward in, early December, late November.
Let's see what he does in the playoffs.
Yeah.
If he disappears in the playoffs,
Well, that's
shifty.
how it should all. Like,
Well,
if you
I
don't
mean,
move,
Frederick
I
didn't
would
do
move him
squat in the
possibly.
playoffs and got an 8-year deal. So
But that's the thing is.
Maybe that's the thing. Don't do
I'm
much.
just judging, like, generally this whole team is always just going to come playoffs. I'm judging Knobloch in the playoffs. I'll judge Bouchard in the playoffs. I don't care what the regular season is.
I like Roslovic. I'm just saying there's no need to jump on July 1st and offer him a crazy deal.
But I don't think $5 million is crazy.
I think it's a little high.
For 20 goals.
No guarantee he's going to do that for the next 3 years.
Well,
Yes,
who
there
else?
is.
Who else could, like, I'm
I
trying.
guarantee.
Who'd be like a comparable to him?
Is it
I'm just like,
comparable to
sometimes
Jack
players are late bloomers,
NHL.
He's just really
20
clicking.
goals.
Like he's a lot better than I thought he was when
anyone
they
thought.
acquired him. Like he's very sneaky,
He's shifty.
sneaky good. Like the skills.
Few OT winners.
Yeah, he's got a wicked shot. His vision's good.
Puck control or puck protection. Yes. That's what I like the most about him.
But then again, if you want Savoy and Howard to take a jump in Hudson, is there room for Roslovic? With Hyman still here, Nugent's not going anywhere. Paul Colson's going to be a mainstay with Draisaitl. So you only have
Roslovic, Howard, Draisaitl. That's,
Okay,
that's the one guy Howard has
20 goal scorer here. I'm looking at 20
You're taking
goals.
Paul Colson off his line.
Yes.
Are you insane?
No, I'm not. I'm Trevor.
Okay, I want to get to like around 20 goals and try to figure out who.
Connor Garland, he might have been a 30-goal scorer.
Granlund last year was a 22 goal scorer. JT Miller was 22 goal scorer. McTavish was 22. Mason Marchment was 22.
We also got to look at age.
Jake Neighbors is 22.
He's 28.
Roslick was 22 last year.
Yeah.
Robert Thomas was 21 last year.
Because, for example, like McTavish
He
and
just
Roslovic,
huge.
yeah, but you
But
can't
yeah, I
compare
know, I
the
know.
contracts because they're in different parts of their
Yeah.
career.
What about
This is
Robert
correct.
Thomas?
Robert Thomas, he's got a pretty big
RT.
contract.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
missed.
8.125.
Yeah,
How much?
8.12.
8.125.
Yeah, but he's their top center, right?
Yeah,
like he's
but
their
22 goals. That's what I'm saying, man.
So there's just under half the season left. He's at 12 goals. He'll hit 20.
So if you know that he would score like say he signs a 3-year contract with the Oilers and he's a 20-goal scorer for those 3 years and he's signed at $5 million, would you be like, oh, okay, yeah, it's worth it?
Yeah, of course.
It's just the question of not knowing. You don't think he's going to.
No, I just don't think
Just jump
the
to the
problem
gun.
with the Oilers is they jump and they sign ridiculous contracts
I agree
and then
with
they're
that.
regretting them, right? Like they're like, oh, but he was so good and
I agree.
for 2 months, so we got to lock him up, and it's just like, no, calm down, let the market kind of set it. Jack Roslovic's a guy in his late 20s, heading into his 30 years, very skilled player. Has warts in his game.
Mm-hmm.
We had Aaron Portzline on from Columbus said he's a player that drives you mad because he can be so brilliant for stretches and then completely disappear. Now, in fairness, we really haven't seen the disappearing thing too much
Not yet.
from Jack Roslovic, so that's a good sign. Listen, I like the player. I'm just saying I don't want Stan Bowman to go crazy and offer a crazy contract. Something that's reasonable to keep Jack Roslovic around is great.
2 by 5.5. I'll even up the money a little bit.
Okay,
years?
but
Easy.
that's good because the term is good.
I know that's the thing. Like
Yeah.
I would almost like try to give him a little
I
more
would like
cash.
that. I would like that.
But make it
I'd
a
be okay
2-year
with that.
deal.
Yeah. Shorter deal. And then
Yeah.
if it doesn't work out, you cut ties and it's a short, like in 2 years, you're done with them.
That'd be the thing. Is like I'd that's where they got to be smarter, is trying to get the term.
But you don't want to sign this guy into 33, 34
That's been
years
their
old.
biggest issue for misses, I think. It's just the term.
Yeah.
Give him
It's
too
been
long,
just
many years.
way
Too
just
long.
ridiculous. Just unwarranted. Just so embarrassing. I like as Bowman, like, he's got to be scratching his head every game. He's watching, like, God damn it, what am I doing?
That's a good question. I would love to know what they're
Do you
thinking.
see him in the
fully.
press box?
They sit behind us.
Yeah.
I'm too scared to turn around and stare at them.
I didn't know that you're not supposed to talk to them, but I remember my first time I was in the Oilers press box. I walked right by Ken Holland. I said, "Good day, Ken." He said, "Good day."
Who says you're not supposed to talk to them?
Or you kind of just let
You
them.
can say hi.
Yeah, people talk to them all the time.
Oh, okay. I
You
didn't
don't know them necessarily. I don't know. It's if
Like,
you
don't
want to.
go and be like, hey, so
Don't
what
try
are
to
you
be a
gonna do?
fanboy,
Trade
but-
deadline.
Yeah, no, but I
Yeah.
said good day to Kenny Holland, and
Yeah,
I remember
there's
I
nothing
called
wrong
my
with that.
dad right after. Well, when I got home, I was like, "You never guess who I just said hi to?" He's walking right towards me, and I just couldn't stop looking at him.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
Trevor,
Where
you're
we
the
sit,
best.
they're.
I was like, "Good day, Kenny Holland," and he's just, "Good day."
My seat is more directly
walking.
in front of Jeff Jackson. Then there's the whole booth. And then where Hernan will sit is a little more by where the next the visitor radio booth is, I think it is.
Yeah.
Or is it their TV? Might be their TV.
I would just look back the
No,
whole
it's a
time and
radio.
stare at
It's
him.
radio.
down by Jack.
The only thing is, like, I always, like, you don't want to just be staring at them because they'll be like, why the hell, who are you? Why are you
Who's
staring at me?
what's Doug Glad on what is Goon when he wants more ice time and he's just looking at the head coach the whole time? That would be me. I'd just be looking at them.
I always feel like, because if I go to an Oilers game too, sometimes there's like, we had the NFL playoff game. Or not playoff game, but basically,
Yeah.
we had an NFL game on Saturday that threw on my phone was what I watched. And I always feel weird having like another thing going because I'm like, are they going to be like,
They're gonna be like, "Hey,
why
what are
is
you
this
doing?"
guy here? There's no other game. And it's like, well, I'm doing both.
I've seen other media members.
pro
They all,
scout
they all
for
had
the
the Blue
Ravens.
Jays game on and during the playoffs.
Yeah, but that was worse. But I always like am watching like something else.
Yeah.
Like there's some other sport generally that's also, and I multitask by doing two sometimes.
That's not their problem.
But it's weird. Like I just like,
I can be watching Breaking Bad on my phone during the Oilers game.
I don't think you should be doing that one as much.
Just yes.
Although it was a great national championship game in the
Walter
FCS
White.
yesterday. Montana State.
How about Montana?
Unbelievable game. Montana State.
Go
Montana.
Montana State.
I don't know if anyone watched that game. It was a wild ending.
Malik Flowers played at Montana.
Go Montana State.
Did you see
Hey,
any of that game?
Montana State, baby.
So 28-28, fourth quarter. Illinois State was in field goal range with a minute something left. 4th and 1. Go for the field goal. Gets blocked.
Yeah.
Montana State gets it at midfield. I think maybe the 40-yard line. They basically are in field goal range. Illinois State has two great defensive plays, knocks them out of field goal range. We go to overtime. Illinois State scores a touchdown. Kicker gets blocked on the extra point.
Oh,
Montana State goes to 4th down. It's like 4th and 7 or something. Nails his receiver for almost like a Ray to Tucker route type thing. Gets him on 4th down. Extra point for the national title through the uprights. Montana State loses it. They win their first championship since '84. It was a wild ending to that game. It was a great game overall.
so
a fun-
Farhan take a picture of Kevin Glenn and Travis Luley at
Yeah.
the game.
It was a fun game to watch. If you didn't watch that football game, you missed out on just a great football game in general. But it was the FCS national title in Montana State, baby. Let's go Bobcats. I don't know. I have a soft spot for Montana in these ones, I guess.
Bobcats.
They're doing better than Montana Grizzlies, home of Dave Dickinson.
Oh, Dave. Good old Dave.
The official drink of the EST Hangout, by the way, is the
I
Finnish
like
long
Dave.
drink, legend in 1952. You like Finnish long drinks too.
Oh, yes, I do. I like
Real
most
liquor,
drinks.
great flavor. Find them at liquor store or establish it nearest you with the long drink in stock by just going to their website, longdrink.com/Canada, and enter your postal code, and you can find a liquor store nearest you. They are very delicious.
Oh, I shotgun one this summer, eh?
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Golf tournament?
No, I was tanning in my backyard.
So you're
By
tanning in your
myself.
backyard and you're just like, I'm going to shotgun this long drink.
I did. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought because I guess I didn't really have any motive or reason. I just wanted to. I
Tanning's
just felt
the
like it.
best.
I will. Oh, yeah. Did you ever shotgun many drinks
No.
growing up? No? Was that a thing?
I've had my, yeah, it was
Fair
a thing.
share.
It's been around for a while.
You ever just think like you're so surprised? You're like, wait, that's your generation? Your generation did that too?
Yeah, we just had that with Benny a couple months ago about something. He thought of something. He's like, you guys do that? We're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was when Jolene and Tommy were on it. We're doing, going through Gen Z terminology and stuff. He's like, I thought that was ours. I'm like, hell no.
Yeah, same with like jokes. Like I'm hearing young kids say like my cousins, like they'll be like, oh, like they'll say a joke and be like, yeah, you ever heard that one before? I'm like, yeah, actually, I invented that one. And then my uncle's like, no, actually, I said that way before. You know, it's a little weird. It's
Like
just,
icing. You know of icing?
Icing?
Icing people?
Oh,
Smear
yeah,
of
yeah,
ices
of
and
course,
stuff,
of course. Yes, I've been iced.
Coop
several
has the
times.
best dad jokes.
I don't
Oh,
believe it.
jeez.
Well, I do believe it, actually. Never mind. He's going to be such a funny dad one day.
he was so
Hey,
excited to
kids.
be like, I'll see you next year to me.
Yeah, and you're just like, get out.
No, I went with the, you won't see me next year because when you see me, it'll be this year and it won't be next year.
Oh, and he's just like, whoa.
He told me to shut up.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Jesus.
rude. Jeez, he needs to watch his
Yeah,
language.
but that's how I say, yeah, you won't see me next year. Because by the time we see each other, it'll be this year. 2026 will already be this year.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I tried to one up him.
Anyone excited for NASCAR to start?
Not a
Oh
chance.
my gosh, I cannot
How
wait.
soon?
They start in March,
Is it March? I
Late
thought Daytona
February.
was in Feb.
maybe February.
I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
I thought Daytona 500 was
Who
always
do you think
February.
is going to have the best
Indy
season
starts
this year?
in March. February's Gators counts down the dates for F1, which is going to be cool because they have a new car, smaller, new designs.
That's crazy.
You have an extra
February
team.
1st it starts, Hernan.
Yes.
The Cookout Clash
So I don't
in North
think you're as
Carolina.
excited.
And then there's the America 250 Florida Duel at Daytona on Feb 12. And then Feb 15 is Daytona 500. I knew Daytona was in February.
You know how crazy NASCAR is, guys? It ended in November. They get like literally 2 months off.
They drive a car.
That's soccer.
They drive a car.
Soccer's last.
That's not that crazy.
But you know how hard it is to drive that car?
Not that hard.
They just turn
I
left.
drive
They
cars
just
every
turn
day.
left.
Yeah, the car literally can't
even turn right.
It can barely turn right.
They
They
can't
have
even turn
street
right.
courses, you know that, right?
Yeah, they probably still only have lefts.
It's not that impressive, honestly.
They just on that. It's just left. What about the rights? Why can't we turn the track around
So
one time?
no one wants to be a
What about
NASCAR
if-
fan with me.
I used to watch NASCAR, like not much. It's too long of laps. Way too long.
It's like
It's a
boring.
5-hour race.
the only downside of NASCAR. Like if race starts at noon, it's 4:30 and it's still going. You're like, holy crap! Can you end already? Like,
Too many collisions, so then there's delays.
There's a
No,
lot of
no.
but the last 10 laps, guys,
Sure.
it's the most
So I
exhilarating
tune in. I
stuff.
tune in
You wanna
for
know
that.
something?
I tune in for that maybe.
Every season, every race, you text me when it's 10 laps to go,
Okay.
and I'll go throw it on. and I'll
it's
watch the final 10
like the
laps.
final, man, like this year. And the only reason I got into it, I was bored one day, and I told this story. I saw it's kind of like the Drive to Survive, but for NASCAR. And I just put it on. And I got intrigued, and I started watching races, and I got really into it. Like I
It's okay.
told Gager this. Like I almost enjoy it more than F1, and I almost enjoy Indy more than F1.
I think you
Well, people do
I think
say
you
that.
did
I
say
remember
that.
when we were getting into F1, a
more
lot of
entertaining.
people were
Yeah.
saying Indy's more exciting to watch. Than
Because
race.
there's
exciting,
different.
so-
Well, this year Palou kind of ran the show, but there's so many lead changes. There's a different winner almost every week. Where F1, it's like the guy that's in the lead lap one is probably going to win. Do you know what I mean? Like it's more exciting in the middle. of
You
the
just want to
pack.
watch, you need to watch the start in F1 race,
Yeah.
and you know who wins.
Yeah.
You need to watch the last 2 laps of NASCAR, and that's it. You don't need the in-betweens.
No, like the first 2 stages of NASCAR, you really don't need. Like you can miss those. Just go to the straight race, right? Because the stages are just for points. But like F1, like I love the broadcast of it, like the pre-race, the post, like that stuff, and just it's like the bougie racing, right?
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
also truly enjoy F1. You have to understand that it's the races within the race. It's not about winning the race because
Yeah.
you know who won. It's about
Yeah.
the battles for 8th,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
And qualifying's almost just like, for example, qualifying in Monaco, qualifying is pretty much who's going to win the race and how they're going to finish, because there's no passing in Monaco. Now they're hoping with these new cars it's going to be a little bit more, but for me right now I have NASCAR, Indy, F1. I enjoy all three, but that's how I would rank them.
I can't get in those other ones.
Gager listening.
I do need to
Close
try.
your ears, Gager.
No, that's fair. Like, because Gager's like,
come it's
he's
different?
tried to watch Indy and he goes, yeah, it's just different.
Their cars are weird to me. Because I remember Indy when it was
does
like
Indy car
through
look like?
Edmonton,
Let me
and
see
then
it.
I flipped it on the one time, and they've added different, like the cars obviously changed. I'm like, this looks weird, so then I shut it
It's
off.
great. Indy's great too. And I like it because it's quick. It's kind of like F1. In an hour and a half max, you're done. Where NASCAR is incredibly.
That's what an Indy
Soccer
car
off
is.
season, soccer players generally they'll
Yeah,
end
that's true.
the end of May. They get June off. Mid-July, they're back for spring or summer camps.
And if not, they're playing in the international.
Or
tournaments.
you're going into the international tournament right away, and then after the international tournament, you maybe get like 2 weeks off, 3 weeks off.
Do they play during December? Yeah, they do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Germany takes off like 2 weeks. Italy takes off a little bit of time. England's the only one that just rolls right through for the most part. But like this year, soccer started in August. The best players in the world will be playing through a World Cup. They will play soccer from August through till late June, early July, depending who they are. And then they'll only get a couple weeks off, and then they'll be back into, because seasons will be going in August.
Crazy.
Soccer is one of the smallest off seasons.
That's crazy. I got to throw NASCAR in there. It's a crazy. They only get 2 months, man. And I think in that time,
What do you mean 2 months? When did it end?
it ended in November.
Yeah, so December, January,
So like F1,
2.5 months.
F1's the same.
Yeah.
Like, and then they spend a month with their engineers looking at the new car, testing it. Like, these guys get no time off.
Yeah.
No, they live a hell of a life, though.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
sure
we can
they're
all do that.
fine.
Oh, no time off, man. This is killing me.
Well, I just recommend one of you guys get into NASCAR.
No, I have too many sports I like.
If you invite me over, I'd love to watch NASCAR with you.
No, we're good.
We've got the Scotties coming up. We got the Briar after.
But that's the thing,
in between the
The
Olympics.
Scotties.
They go around the Olympics this year, I believe.
There's too many sports, so I'm going all in on NASCAR.
I can't wait for curling this year.
Formula
great.
E.
I've been practicing on my form.
Oh, the fun spiel?
For what?
The fun spiel you're talking about?
Yes, of course.
Oh yeah.
Nice Scottish accent.
It's man, I will say I got it on the button like 3 times last year. Isn't that crazy?
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah. It was. Thank you. I'd love to.
We've got NFL playoffs.
Am I allowed to play again this year?
Yeah.
Perfect.
We've got NCAA football still going on. Then it'll be Scotties. Then it's Olympics. Then it's Briar.
Olympics.
And then before
And then
you-
it's March Madness.
And then before you know it,
it's
birds are chirping.
It's Masters.
Grass is green.
we're golfing.
Golfing,
Playoffs.
baby. I can't wait.
We're
This weather is
closing.
ridiculous.
Weather's going to be great.
I don't know how you guys do it.
There's nothing better than when the days start getting longer.
Oh, it's great.
Especially when you wake up at 4 a.m. and you don't have to brush off your car when it's just miserable out and it's minus 30.
Minus 13 right now. Looking for a high of -1 today.
Oh,
Tomorrow,
lovely.
-3. Thursday, -4. Friday, -4. Saturday, Sunday,
Let's go.
6. Monday, 7.
I think Cager told me now it's like 4 minutes a day more
Yeah,
of
it's
light
quick.
we get.
Yeah, it starts.
It's quick. It adds on quick, boys.
It starts off slow, like the first few days, it's seconds almost.
Yeah.
And then it starts just picking up.
That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know how that works. You think it would be consistent, just seconds, always, just and over. Like
I
it's
think it
weird that
depends where you
changes.
are, and it's the angles.
It's very
that changes
scientific.
things.
Now,
I
like,
guess.
It's very scientific.
Now closer to 5, it's still a little bit light.
Yeah.
We're at 4:30 in December, November. It's like dark.
Oh, yeah. It's so depressing.
Like,
Especially, it's still dark as. Yeah,
we get through next week. We're middle of January.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
boys.
crazy.
January always goes by quick.
I will say the
Way
winters
too quick,
are
to a degree.
feeling quicker as I'm getting older, but they're also a lot more taxing on my body.
This winter's been a lot of snow and very cold.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
it
Ridiculous
sucks.
amount of cold and snow.
Snow's
It's
crazy.
stupid. It took a while to come, and then when
Then
it
we got
came,
hit.
it was like
It's
get
too
ready.
much.
Oh, it is too much. You
Like,
know
it
how
needs
much
to be
I've shoveled?
Well, it's like, and they're trying to they want to go clean the residential areas, but they can't because more snow comes. So they have to go back to the main roads, main arteries to clean
Yeah,
those.
it's stupid.
And then
That's gonna be my
they
beef
clean
this
those
week.
up, and then it's like, okay, well, let's go to residential. But then more snow comes, so like, okay, we have to hold off residential to go clean the main roads again.
I've been stuck 4 times.
And there's just been too much snow that there's
4 times.
It's just impossible to get to them. Now I think it's going to start soon, but they need to clean off the windrows on some of the main streets still first, because there's a lot of lanes that are missing right now under the windrows.
I don't know where I'm going.
No one knows where they're going.
Down 107th is that's the one road for me that it's just like, okay, that's supposed to be a turning lane. It's not anymore. It's full of snow, so they're turning from this lane. So
Yeah.
it's a mess.
Yeah, when I first moved here to the city, it was terrible driving downtown. I had no idea where I was.
And it's like
gone
this
better,
amount of
but-
snow's not bad if it was spaced out more.
Yeah, I agree.
Like if it was spaced out through December and January, it'd be better.
fine.
But it happened in like a matter of like 2 weeks, week and a half. Just here, deal with this, Edmonton.
Yeah.
Screw you.
It's like, I know it was like 2 weeks ago. I heard Josh Clausen. Yeah, he said that we got like 4 times as much snow as we did, comparing it to last year.
Oh,
At this time.
Yeah, see, Big U, don't try to make excuses for the city. They're doing a horrendous job this year at snow clearing. I don't think they are. That we have had a higher amount of snow than we've had in years, and they have to go focus on the main roads first.
It's a big city.
And it's not like we've had just one dump over the course of 48 hours. It would be snowfall this day. We'd have a couple of days, then more snow, then a couple of days, and they'd go clean the main roads. And there's categories to how they have to go do them. You can't leave Gateway Boulevard and Calgary Trail and the Yellowhead just full of snow because, well, we got to go finish the residentials now. No, you got to go back to the main roads. And it sucks. I get it. It's awful. The residential areas, you're going to get stuck. It's all that slushy snow.
Hate it.
I totally understand that, but what are you supposed to do? It's an abnormal year for the amount of snow that we've gotten. We don't have just extra plows lying around to go do that, and you can't not do the main roads to go do the residential, because the complaint then would be is, why are you doing my residential roads? I can't even drive Wayne Gretzky Drive. It's too ridiculous out there. What are you doing, city? You got to start with the main roads. It just has to be.
I agree.
If we didn't, like it's just an abnormal amount of snow we've got. We've got the high amount of snow that we have, and you can't plan for that. Who's planning ahead of a winter that we're going to have that amount of snow in that short period of time with the breaks that we had?
Yeah.
And it's because we haven't even had a snowfall warning.
No.
Usually when we get a massive amount of snow, it comes at once and we're under snowfall warning.
Yeah.
We haven't had a snowfall warning.
No, that's true.
We've had little bursts of snow here and there.
Yeah.
And with enough pauses in between that we could clean up certain things, and then we're going into the residentials, and then we got to stop because we got to go back to the main roads.
Yeah, it's been tough. I haven't even been able to go to the ODR this winter. Matthew Iwanyk.
Contract more plows. Well, where are you getting plows?
At the plow development.
And you can't say go
plant.
get the private people doing it. Well, they have contracts. A lot of company, like our parking lot is contracted, I'm assuming. Somebody comes and does our snow. All those major plows that are in our city are contracted to do their own jobs. You can't just take them. So where are you buying more plows from all of a sudden? Where are these magical plows just showing up from? And then who's driving them on top of that? So we have our city plows. They have their jobs. I just explained that. And then you have all the private ones are used because they're contracted to go be done for that.
Maybe that'll be my new business adventure. I'll start a plowing company called Plow You. Let me plow you. I'm going to plow you. Something like that, eh?
Maddie from there.
Yeah,
Well,
man,
and then, like the bike lanes use different plows. They're not the same plows as what you can't take the plows that use bike lanes
No
onto
one's
the city
biking at
roads.
this time of the year.
It's not the same. It's not
there's
going to
bikes
work.
downtown, buddy.
No.
There
there
are, but they're also like whether it's plowed or not. But they're different plows. They're not the plows that we use to clean up our roads.
Yeah, different
they are
plows. Bike
not. We're not
plows.
taking plows away from the roads and putting them to the bike lanes.
Get plowed.
Those plows don't work on city roads. So
I'm starting to say plow so much. You know, when you say a word so much, you're like, is this even a word?
we just need to get heated roads.
Oh, is that a thing?
No, I don't think it is.
Oh, well, that'd also be. a
But
good
we should just get
business
heated
adventure.
roads. Like as we redo our roads, every road gets redone at
Can
some
we
point.
take EST
Let's
to
do it or
like
something.
Mexico? Get an Airbnb.
They
by
are
the
going to
ocean?
Mexico.
No, but we do all our shows from there.
I'm pushing for that. I want that for years.
We can still watch the Oilers.
I think through the winter months, EST's all on. We could replicate this whole studio down there. People don't even have to know.
We could.
You want to get your prizes? We'll
green-
hire someone else to go do that.
Green screen everything.
Why did that door just open?
Zachary Kubish.
Oh,
Zachary Martin Kubish.
do you have my chicken piccata side salad?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you understand
I
that?
don't know what that was.
Gracias,
From the office.
hijo.
Yeah, I got it black. I hope that's
It's from The Office.
Yeah, that's perfect, my friend.
Thanks, Zach. You're beautiful.
Love you, man.
chicken pinata. I'm sorry.
Chicken piccata side salad. It's from The Office.
Chicken pinata.
Piccata. No one.
It sounded good.
Thank you, Zach.
You're welcome.
I needed
Great
more.
show, boys. I've been listening.
Thank
You
you.
did great.
Yeah, jeez, get that guy out of here.
I could live with take the city and push it somewhere else.
Joking.
I could agree with that one. I'm more than okay with moving the city somewhere else. I wish Edmonton and Red Deer had flip spots.
I agree.
A little close to the mountains.
Closer to family.
A little further south.
Yeah, I had family come up this weekend, and it was awesome. Such a nice treat. And they were like, "This is terrible. This is the worst." I was like, "What's in Calgary?" They're like, "We have no snow, and it's +2." And they drive up, it's like -20 and 2 feet of snow. I'm like, yeah. I will say, I don't know how you guys do it. Like, this winter sucks. Like, back home, yeah, we get a dump. We get more than this overnight. Like, it was crazy, especially living in Pincher. Not even joking. There's nights where we'd get like 2 feet of snow. Not even joking. You're that close to the mountains, it would happen. And then we'd have no school for like a week. It was awesome. But then it would be gone. Like, the snow would leave in like 2 days. I'm not even joking. That also I'm not joking about. So this is ridiculous. I don't like it.
See, and that's if we had all this snow come in one snowfall,
Yeah.
it'd be better for the
just-
plows because they could go do their
I
one
agree.
run of the main
Yeah.
roads, and then we would be already into residential.
Trust me.
But we keep resetting.
I would appreciate that
And
more
it's-
as a shoveler. You know, I shovel every single day now. And it sucks.
It's just it's. But now it's one thing I do like about this warming period that we're going to is that it's an extended period that hopefully the roads will be able to.
Yes.
There'll be a couple mornings that are going to be really rough in this city,
Yeah.
but maybe the roads could then completely clean up the main ones and it'll be nice and.
Absolutely. This is great. How much time do we have left on the Hangout, the EST Hangout?
Well, Reed Wilkins, the town of Holland, Michigan spends between $20,000 and $80,000 each year to operate 190 miles of tubing used to heat its sidewalks and roads.
Oh,
Beautiful.
How many miles of roadways do we have in Edmonton, though?
You got to start looking, planning for the future.
I'd be down for that. It just uses like water.
Yeah.
Isn't that how it goes?
I don't know.
I had heated floors in one of my houses, and I thought it was just water underneath.
So is there water
it
in my
takes the
car
hot-
seat?
No,
Heated
that
seats?
one's different. That one,
So it is
maybe
a
I don't
little
know.
different.
From a Boston Globe article in January 2024. That's from Reed. I'm gonna have to go look at that.
I'm sure China has some sort of.
the
Heated
Reed
roads.
Wilkins.
It'd be wonderful. I could use.
We all could use heated roads.
You going to the game tonight, man?
I don't know.
I don't
Are
know
you?
either. Depends how I feel.
I got to see how much work I get done here. Otherwise, do I have to take some home and do stuff at home? I don't know what else I have to do today.
I
Have
just
some
feel-
cleaning to do.
I just feel it's going to be such an easy game for the Oilers.
Well, it should be based off of the history that the Oilers do have.
6-1, 8-1.
Okay, over under for Play Alberta. Download the app. Visit them, playalberta.ca. The Edmonton Oilers home to the Predators tonight.
Reed Schaefer.
GCL Diesel, Wallstream pre and post game shows coming up tonight, 6 o'clock for the pregame show. Oilers minus 159 on the money line. If I set this at 4.5 goals by the Edmonton Oilers today, how over or under?
Under.
They're not going to score more than 4
No,
goals.
I don't know. I feel like usually I'll be like they've just dominated the Predators for so long. It's just when you're picking a player, you're like he's due, he's got to score. I feel like the Oilers are due to have a low scoring game against the Preds.
I feel like the Oilers are due to just blow a team out. In Nashville, they always
I
do.
want them to blow them out so hard. That'd be nice.
I'm saying
But they
6.
just blew out Calgary a couple weeks ago. It wasn't that long ago when they blew someone out.
Yeah, but
I was there. It was great.
they'll be ready to go.
Oh,
Spencer Stastny revenge game.
Do we have any, there's an
Ginger-
optional skate today, but anything
Ginger beef
from...
back in Edmonton.
this is true. He is.
Cliff Kingsbury and the Commanders have agreed to part ways.
Oh,
That was...
Too bad, Cliff. Bye bye. Goodbye.
he was with...
Cliff.
Oh, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United advanced in positive talks over a caretaker manager role.
What?
But he's been there already.
But now he could just be the caretaker.
Ugh, hate when teams do that.
Well, who else? Are they going to go with Darren Fletcher the whole
Why
season?
not?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Surprises.
I don't know. He might not be good enough.
What's Ole Gunnar gonna do?
He's done it before, and he actually got positive results. And
Did he?
It led him to getting the job, and then he got fired for a couple after because
Well, that's what I mean.
like that. The only way I could live with this is if after if they sign him, we're hiring someone else though. No matter what you do, we are hiring someone else. You are not getting this job. If that, then I think you actually can get them to like a top 4 position.
Yeah, I think it would have to be that way. Like no matter what you do, you're out at the end of the year.
like you are legit just going to be a caretaker.
And maybe that's what
role.
Ole wants. Like
I
maybe
hope
he's
so.
like, I'll
He was
help you
great
guys
as a
out.
goal taker.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think he would get some victories for this team that they wouldn't have had with Ruben Amorin. He wasn't good. He wasn't good. I'm not seeing anything.
On lines or anything?
Yeah, from Oilers skate, if they're anything. Gene Principe, optional Oilers skate. Jari is on the ice and taking shots. Has been taking shots. His timeline to return is roughly 2 weeks. So that's from 23 minutes ago. Tristan Jari's timeline for return is roughly 2 weeks.
Perfect.
But that was from Chris Knobloch, so take that for what it is.
Oh, yeah, that's
Also,
rough.
who posted this?
Not me. Oh,
So it'd be
LT.
Eric?
It would have been
Okay, I
Lieutenant
gotta talk
Eric.
to him. I
Lieutenant.
sent an email before it's to get that graininess off or that whiteness off, white balance off.
I might have to go set up lock shop.
Yeah, you go set up the lock shop. That's
Okay.
cool.
For real?
Yes.
For real.
For real.
For real.
This has been another great edition of the EST Hangout. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Nasties, it's always a pleasure. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, Pizza Boy. There's some places in Europe that have warm water lines that consistently spray roads so no ice or snow can build up.
My foot's asleep.
We need to come up with something like that. Oh, sorry, that's in Japan, not Europe.
Oh, I knew it'd be an Asian country. I knew it.
I would love to have just never have to deal with bad roads.
I
That's
just,
the one thing that would be lovely about living in the South is you never have to worry. Like there's traffic jams and all that stuff, but like, oh, it's snowing. I got to leave 10 minutes early because
I just
15
want
minutes
hot
early.
weather, man.
Me too. So how do we convince Dusty to do this?
Like if I left in the winters to Mexico, could I still do ESC afternoons?
I would like, if you do, then I can do it too.
Well, of course, yeah. Well, it's harder for you because you do the hangout. He just put you here.
And it's the only in-studio show that we have. Unless that's where like a bunch of us need to move down. And we just have the consistent, or I just have to slowly transition the hangout to virtual.
Because I can still
So there's
host
like
from Mexico.
we're all virtual, and I start doing. I do want to actually try a virtual hangout one day, having like one or guest on virtually or something, and see how it goes, or if I need to have all of us virtual.
We'll put this to use.
I don't know, but I don't want a fifth person.
No, but say it's you, Tom.
I see.
And then your guest
You,
is
and then we
here.
had somebody here.
Yeah, and you ask them questions.
But I don't know if it being in person. It's so much easier to talk and all that. Zoom's like you don't know when to
Yeah.
jump in and all that. So I do want to try a virtual Zoom or a virtual hangout at some point and see how it goes and if it would be the same. I don't think it would be, but it'd be. I do want to have that test one day, maybe in 2026. And if that goes well, then we're taking the hangout to Mexico. The one thing I do is because then the virtual one let me branch out a little bit more.
yeah, 100%.
I'd have so many other guests I could try to.
So like imagine
snag
if
on
you
the
had
phone.
like an elk who couldn't come in, but you have him on here for 20 minutes and you guys just ask him questions.
But not even that. Like I could have a hangout from across the country.
Yeah.
Have somebody from have Huss on from Winnipeg, have somebody on from Vancouver, have someone on from Toronto.
Yeah,
with me,
100%.
and it's four of us just having a chat, and it's just a true different hangout. But maybe that's if that works, maybe that's like a once a month type hangout or something like that.
I'm still looking for. I want to really be in Mexico. I like how I'm making life plans. I got to talk to the GF first. But I'd love to live in Mexico during the winter. Like when we were in Mazatlan last year, and we went into the city, and like we were in the markets, and like the food, like you can live there for cheap, man.
I want it as of January, February, March. I could do that for those 3 months.
100%.
I let me get through Christmas.
Yeah.
And then I think in January, be like, yeah, I can go for 2 to 3
No,
months.
I'd go the whole winter and then tell like my folks come down for the holidays. Fly them
I
out
do
there.
want to try a warm Christmas.
Oh, I did one in Chile in 2018.
Yeah?
Buddy, all day. So, because we celebrate on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
So all day we're all like late morning, early after, we're all in the pool, my uncle's place, drinking Coronas. Then we had like a light snack. Then everybody went to get ready, and then we had like appies at the bar, and then
Sounds so wonderful.
and then it's plus 35 outside. Trust me. If listen, I understand why people like the white Christmas and the snow and all
Yes.
that, but if you haven't tried
need
a
to
hot
try it
Christmas,
once.
trust me, you'll love it.
What's coming up on EST Afternoons?
Yeah, I'll tee up this game for sure. Of course, Nashville Oilers. We'll have Alex Daughtery from the Tennessean on to preview the Preds. And then we're going to try to go to a different NFL city here in the remaining days ahead of Wild Card Weekend. We're going to go to Pittsburgh.
Boo!
Jim Wexel.
Not Jim, but boo!
He will join us. He's covered this team for a long time. We'll see if they can finally win a playoff game and beat the Houston Texans.
Been a long time for them, thankfully. Thank you for coming in, doing the hangout.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you to
worries.
Trev. Thank you to everyone for tuning into the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage, Canada's storage expert. Check them out, sentinel.ca. We got the lock shop coming up next. We got two guys and a goalie, EST Afternoons, Reed Welk Show with JML, GCL Diesel, Oil Stream pre and post game shows, getting you set for Oilers and Predators. So thank you very much for tuning into the hangout. On behalf of Trev, Hernan, I am Matt. As I said, lock shop coming up in a few minutes right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. Don't go anywhere.
Let's go. There you go, right in front of the camera.
First-time guest, long-time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Zola with here, joining us today.